Oh, we're live. How you guys doing? Fine afternoon. How is everybody doing? Just letting everybody know I got a box in just the other day here from Dalton, one of the big YouTube subscribers of mine. He sent it to me to my PO box. So you guys can always send me stuff anytime you want. But we're going to open it here live on stream, and that way we can properly thank Dalton here for what he actually sent me. So just giving you guys a heads up. By the way, shipping was $12.90. And now so many people here complain about shipping on all these companies online. You're like, oh, it's so much money. It's free so-and-so. I can tell you right now from working in the shipping industry right now, they're just, all they're doing is charging, instead of 50 cents for this can of soda, they're charging you 75 cents. And that's how you're paying for the shipping. You just don't realize it. But that's the gimmick a lot of these companies pay. So when you see a lot of the big companies, let's say like Limitless Car Care, Wax, Scott's, Masterson's, any one of those have a flat shipping rate of $6, you got to think this thing maybe is, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 pounds, maybe in here, and $12.90. That's when you go buy from them, when they have those flat rate shipping fees. So thank you so much, Dalton. If you guys get to see this later, I really, really do appreciate it. So you guys can send me stuff anytime you want to. We'll do a big full live shout outs and everything. PO Box, of course, is in any of the description. PO Box 702-649. St. Cloud, Florida, 34770, and then 2-2649. So what we're going to do is do a live stream coming up this week for you guys. There's going to be a 303 car wash. I finally got that out, and I don't know what I'm actually going to get out. I think I do have a chemical guys like product coming out, and 1 or 2 others. So make sure you guys look out for that this weekend. It's been pretty crazy last week, as you guys got to see. I didn't get a foam cannon, a Foam Friday video out. The actual hose exploded at the top. So the hose lasted me for about 2 years, and it finally blew out on me. But then trying to get it off, to get a new one, I had to actually buy a tool just to rip the thing off. It was stuck on there. So bought a brand new hose, bought some other kind of things at Home Depot. So we're good to go again. We're ready to clean, and I do apologize about not having a Foam Friday video, but I promise you it will be out again this week. It's just the way it went down, guys. So how is everybody doing? Today we were at went to Disney World to get my son's haircut, and then we went to Blizzard Beach, the water park. We literally just got home from Blizzard Beach and going to things. So I still have my swimsuit on right now. It's pretty funny. Yesterday we were out there in an area called Windermere in Winter Garden. The little town's just outside of Disney World itself, looking for possible new homes in the next year or so to sell this house and get out of Kissimmee and go somewhere a little bit nicer area of town, more room, stuff like that. So that's what we've been doing a lot lately. It's been we're just kind of starting to think about the idea of possibly getting out of Kissimmee and just going, places a lot closer to work and a lot better side of town, maybe some more room, buying a lot, building a house, custom building it. So I don't know. Maybe for me, obviously, I would love a 4-car garage personally. And if you have, of course, your own private lot, you can build whatever the heck you want. You don't have to worry about HOA. So we're kind of thinking about that kind of stuff. So we'll see. So if anybody's in the Orlando area knows about Windermere or Winter Garden, you know the area where we're looking at. So how is everybody doing? I see you guys up here. Jonathan, I see you up here. Pooh, I see you up here. That shirt is looking good. See, oh yeah, dude. Back to the Future, my favorite movie of all time. I love Back to the Future. I am a big sci-fi geek. I love time travel movies. It's good stuff, man. Racer's Edge, how you doing? I see you, Dalton, up in here. You're going to get what? You're going to get it from out from under the airplanes. Yeah, if you're on that side of town, there's no airplanes on that side. It's literally Windermere, Florida is the really rich part of Orlando. It is just outside of Disney World, the back gate of Disney World. It's like the really rich side of town. That's where Shaq lived, Bubba Watson lives, Tiger Woods lived when he was beating his wife with the golf club. That's Windermere. So it just gives you an idea. It literally is just outside of the back gate of Walt Disney World. So it's not too bad at all. But we might go into like Winter Garden, which is their like another little border buffer town there. It's still a little country. So that way, if we buy our own piece of land, we can build whatever the heck we want and save a lot of money. So we just buy the land, custom build the home. I told her I wanted a 4-car garage, like basically extend this for 2 more garage sections, and then having like a game room on top of it. So that way, if people come over, when my son gets older, he can be loud. It doesn't bother anybody. So these are just things we're starting to look around. Or do we want to go ahead and update the interior? This house is pretty dated. So that's what we're trying to look at right now. When me and my dad was washing car, typically use 1 bucket, never possibly, Aaron, what you're doing is you'll actually see, especially on some of the really dirty cars, if you have a grit guard, what you're going to see is all that nasty dirt and like sand debris particles will actually settle to the bottom. And then once it goes in between the grit guard, it can never come back up again, which is really, really cool. What's up, Dalton? Juan, Puerto Rico. Oh, yep, we will be moving out of Puerto Rico. I'm sorry, Juan. You'll have to come up here and take my spot up here in Kissimmee. What's up, Peter? You're moving there. We don't know right now, Vincente. We're just starting to get some feelers. My wife will be totally out of her med student loan by next year, and will be freed up because her med student loan is $2,200 a month. That's how much she pays for med student loan. So it's almost done, which obviously frees up a lot more. And then we notice everything's a lot closer. Like they have a brand new high-end Walmart there that is literally 4 minutes down the street, brand new Publix, brand new movie theater. There's a lot more restaurants in the area than here. It's crap in Kissimmee. We're ready to get out. What do you think of the best waterless wash? Ooh, best waterless. Honestly, I sometimes lean towards Masterson's because of, here's why. It's really rich, really thick, because it also has a built-in a light wax or sealant to it, okay? Not like a true sealant, like a heavy-duty sealant, but it's just so rich, so thick compared to all the rest of them that just seems so watered down. And I get the good protectant out of it, too. So it's kind of like, reminds me of a Limitless Car Care's Limitless Swipe or something. It actually has the detailer that has a carnauba in it, but the Masterson's actually has a spray-on sealant in it, which I really, really like it. Puerto Rico said hi. So did this Puerto Rico. What's up, Juan? What do you think is the best waterless? Yeah, hi from Australia, my friend. I see from you. Good to see you here, Norman. One day we will get there. All I'm doing is wait until my son is older, where he can handle a flight that long, because I think it's like, I want to say it's 18 hours to Australia. At least like Sydney or Melbourne is about 18 hours. So it's a bit of a haul. So we really want to do it one of those cruises where you either go over to New Zealand or you go all the way around Australia on Circumnavigate Australia, which they have those as well. So that would be fun. Like do a 2-week vacation over there in Australia. Watch the GTR. Yeah, I can do that for you. Actually, my plan for Foam Friday was supposed to be it. But on Thursday, I was actually testing out the 303 car wash that you'll see tomorrow's video. And the hose went right into the top. It blew out. I was like, no, I need a hose now. And I was really just kind of, so I tried to rip it off. And that thing it was like on there like glue, because it's been there for like 2 years. And I couldn't get the thing off. So I had to get some channel locks and just rip the thing to the sideways. And it finally came off. So I bought a brand new hose, a non-kink hose too. I actually spent the money this time. So it's pretty good. No, Brandon, when you're talking about Kissimmee, Florida, Brandon, Kissimmee, Florida is probably about 70% Hispanic, which is mostly all Puerto Ricans. So if true Puerto Ricans know that they all have family in Kissimmee, somebody, whether it's their uncle, aunt, mom, dad, cousin, somebody is in Kissimmee. This is all it is here, is Puerto Ricans. No, we're not that rich, Vincente. We're not like Islesworth is the neighborhood where Tiger Woods, Bubba Watson, Shaq lived, and all them. It's a neighborhood inside of Windermere called Islesworth. Dude, look it up sometime. You guys will be like, oh, like they're 12, 13, 15,000 square foot houses. These things are monsters. They literally look like, some of them look like castles when you drive by. You're like, oh, they're huge. That's where all the pros live. That's where your, Orlando Magic live. That's where your pro golfers live. People that are like big CEOs live. That's that neighborhood. It's really rich. It's crazy. What's up, Daly? How you doing, buddy? Ever thought of using the foam can to spray the engine bay? No, that should be a fine idea, Aaron. Just make sure you cover any electrical parts that you might be worried about. If you think the alternator might have some issues, just get yourself some cheap old Walmart bags, wrap it around, fuse boxes, anything. Other than that, yeah, the foam cannon would do just perfectly fine inside the engine bay. You won't have any problem, because it's a very light pressure. It's not like you're hitting with full-on pressure. And I have a lot of people that misunderstand that. If you guys don't have a pressure washer, I want to help you guys out. You put what you're doing is you put different nozzles at the end of it. And some of you guys who honestly have a pressure washer, you know this. Different colors correspond to how much pressure it's putting out at the nozzle, the tip. And obviously like a red or whatever, you're going to really cut through some stuff. So when you're actually putting the foam cannon on, it basically has the water coming out very gently, the water soap mixture. It's not like you have the red tip on there that you're going to rip the paint off of your car. That's a no-go. You don't put that on there. Even when I wash my car, I think I only use the white or the black tip on there, which is enough just to wash the water off but it's not going to strip your paint unless you're up on it like this. But if you were to have that red one on there, you're going to rip right through your car's paint. So that's all it is. All you're doing is switching out the nozzles, which is making it so that then there's not as much pressure, we'll just say, coming out of the nozzle where it's hitting it and just going to rip into your paint. So a lot of people are scared about that. I'm like, well, 31. I've actually have comments on this a lot of times. You'd be surprised. They're like, oh, but I have a 31 pressure washer. Won't it rip my paint? Only if you use the high-end pressure tip. If you just use their foam cannon, it will not hurt it. You could stand in front of the foam cannon. It's not going to do anything to you. You're just going to get splashed down with water. And I want people to understand that, because I see people that are nervous about it. What do you think about, what do you think of the Adams one? I'm thinking about getting one because the bottle, 2 towels, a gallon refill. If it's $50, I mean, it's still a little overpriced because when I bought the Chemical Guys Silk Line towels from Amazon, I want to say it was like 6 or 12 for $12 or $14. It was dirt cheap. And then, your foam cannon, let's just say a knockoff Amazon one is $17. And then what else did you say it went with? A gallon refill. The gallon might be worth it because the gallon alone will probably be around $20. So that might be a decent deal there. Might be a decent deal. Jersey Shore. Oh God. Gym, tanning, and laundry. Right? Have you already been to the gym this morning? Have you hit the tanning? Have you tanned any yet? So just I mean, you got to make sure you knock that out before every day. You know what I mean? Do polish and compound expire or do they go back? I haven't seen that they've expired personally. I just shake them up every time I use them. I don't let them sit for years, though. The longest I ever have compounds is probably like a year or two before I'm already out, before I'm like, okay, I'm going on to the next coin. But as long as you shake it up and you keep it in like a decent environment, like a closet in your garage, you should be just fine. I mean, I put a lot of my stuff back in boxes that I get shipped for, and then I put them in shelves in there to keep them somewhat organized. I mean, the garage is clearly not clean, you know. That's why I really wish I had the 4-bay car garage so I could have all my cars inside and even my motorcycles, and have plenty of room to kind of stretch out, that kind of thing. I read the title of the video, I thought of the snowflakes. No snowflakes here today, buddy. I'm definitely not a snowflake. Clean your house. That's my son, man. That's my son, literally. You see the yellow stuff down here? That's with numbers, so he learns his numbers. These are shirts that he's pulling out that were sent to me by 303. There's this little truck right there. There's a little whale right there. My son does every bit of this, guys. You guys, it's not me. Trust me, it's not me. My son just plays with it. And it's a good thing. Like, he's learning his numbers and stuff this way. He still doesn't really talk or anything. He just says really yes or no or stuff like that. But he does. If you say, hey, where's number one? He'll give you number one, you know, because they pop out. So you basically put them in their little holes. And so he knows exactly what these numbers are. And that's what's really good. And so I'm totally okay with him bringing his stuff up here. And he keeps him quiet because he'll stay up here and she can sleep or whatever. What's up, Real? How you doing, buddy? I'm 17, trying to get rich. Would you completely avoid having kids? Wait a while, Vincente. Get your college out of the way. Get your job, work a while, move up the job first. I didn't have my son until I was 36 years old. Okay, guys, I was 36 when I had my son. I bought my GTR the very next year, as you guys know. So I would say if you really want to move up where you're making money, you're not going to be strapped your whole life, then you probably want to wait having kids till you're in your 30s. And then you can go ahead. That way you're already established in your job. You already have a good job and you're getting a decent paycheck then. And then you can afford it. And honestly, you can afford a lot more for your kids, and your kids are going to have a better lifestyle if you wait later, because you're already making more by the time. You're not going to be making this bottom feeder wage where now almost all of it's going towards house and, just expenses. What's up, Real? I see you up in here. Do you ever use the red tip on your pressure washer for anything? Not really. Not really. It just kind of, there's those little punch things where like the holes where you pop them into, if you guys see on the videos, that's how they sit. So there's like little holes in there and you just push them in. I don't really use those high-end pressure washers. I've used them once in a great while in the driveway, but for the most part, I have a driveway adapter, one of those big circular things that it just locks on, and then I just kind of, it's like brooming your driveway. That's how I do it. You go back and forth like once or twice, and the driveway is completely clean versus going back and forth slowly. It's just so much better. When using liquid wax DA polisher, do you wipe the area or did you just immediately wait from them wipe? It depends. If it's something like, let's just say it's a Meguiar's Ultimate liquid wax, then you have to wait. You have to still follow the directions. You only remove it if that product is made to be instantly removed. If it's not, then you have to let it set up like normal, like a sealant. You guys got to see my new Accord license plate on my Instagram, put it up on Facebook that I had custom made that came in. Has a Japanese Imperial flag in the background. It says Accord 79. Well, actually, as soon as I got that, I cleaned it just to wash it, just to wipe it down, make sure there was no fingerprints, oily spots on it. And then I got the Masterson Shield sealant, and I put it all over the front of it, so make it repel bit bugs and stuff like that, make it stand out a lot longer. I let it sit to 20 minutes like it's recommended, and then I wipe the sealant off. So just so you guys will understand, but you still have to let it sit. Whatever the bottle says, you need to follow the instructions. What's up, Parmaletta? Have you ever heard of the IK foam sprayers? I don't think I have, buddy. Have you opened anything? Not yet, Parmaletta. I was just letting a few more people come in here, making sure we had enough people in here, and then I was going to actually open it up again. So I want to make sure that they understand, because you guys, I used to be able to do unboxings when people send me P.O. box stuff for me to try out, or just whatever they're sending me. I want to be able to, instead of just open it there and put it on Instagram, I want to, say, hey, thank you very much in front of everybody for what they sent me. So I just want to let you know that Dalton's been blowing on my phone like, hey, did you get it yet? I mean, yeah, I got it. I showed him a picture when I got it that night from my the post office. I went late at night to the post office and picked it up, but I wanted to actually unbox it during the live stream. Have you ever heard of hydrogen? I see people asking about it all the time, Oxygen, but I haven't tried it yet. I bet it's nothing more than a spray sealant. You guys might know in the past, I used Rev Automotive, a very small company out of California. He's really trying to build this product. He has a spray-on sealant. It's called Neo Armor. So it's made to be used in conjunction with a clay block that he sells. The stuff was excellent. I put it on my wife's minivan. I want to say it lasted a solid 10 months before it started fading. The spray-on sealant was so much faster than waxing. So basically, you use the spray-on sealant as a lubricant for the clay bar. So you were claying and you were putting a sealant on at the exact same time. Dude, that is the future. I love it. Okay, if you guys got to see my the clay bar review from the Mother's one, it's the same kind of thing. So you're claying and you're laying a nice layer of a sealant down. I mean, Rev Automotive, he makes a very good product there. If you guys haven't heard about him, go watch one of my videos, and you guys should maybe look into trying one of his products. It's really, really good. Ever tried Meguiar's professional products? I have not, Aaron. I've been so busy with regular products, I haven't really worried about some of the bigger ones. What is the best height headlight? The best I've personally ever tried, Jacob, would be Meguiar's Heavy Duty. I used it the other day on my friend's 370Z as a white one. If you guys saw a video a couple years ago, Meguiar's it's like an orange sealant bottle in a bottle. You guys probably seen it. He had the white 300Z his parents gave him. Well, that engine blew up in that one when he was living in Bradenton, Florida. He moved back. He owns a 370Z now, a white one, of course. And I just cleaned his head. His headlights were getting rough. And he's like, I'm going to have to pay somebody to do this. I'm like, why would you pay somebody? I was like, come to my house. So he came to my house. I showed him how to use the product. When we cleaned it up, I said, now you'll understand how to do it yourself. Like I did one headlight, then I said, okay, now you do your side. And then I'll kind of watch him. And his headlights are spotless again. But it's the Meguiar's Heavy Duty. It comes in like a box. It comes with the sandpaper, I think it was an 1800 grit and 3000 grit or something. I don't remember. Either way, it all comes in there. It's great. You scratched the bumper of your Challenger. Dang gum. Well, you are driving a boat there, Regal. You are driving a boat so you got to make sure you take wide turns and go from there. What's up, Brian? How you doing, man? Why do people care about being rich? Money doesn't buy happiness. I think it's a status symbol more than anything, Brian. Have you tried Biotech Spray Wax? I have not. I'm sorry about that. Ken Lawton's, good day, mate. Good day. Good day. We're going to fry some shrimp up on the Barbie, and we're going to get ourselves a Foster's beer, and we're going to go wrestle koalas in some drop bears. It'll be good times. Maybe we're going to go hit some kangaroos on the road, because the kangaroos and the wallabies always jump right out in front of you. Like, they're like a deer. I swear, I had so many people I've met over the years from like Australia and stuff, and the kangaroos will be like this right in front of you, and you just nail them. Especially if you hit them on a motorcycle, you can really have a bad day. They're kind of like deers here in America that just jump out in the road in front of you, and I mean, you hit a deer, it's like you hit an 800-pound deer. I mean, you know what it does to vehicles. It just totals them out. It's crazy. Will the box offend snowflakes? No, I don't think so. These are just products that he got over the counter and he shipped to me because he lives out in Utah. So he sent them to me from Utah. Don't worry about it, Dalton. Don't worry about it. So this is Dalton, the one who actually sent me the stuff. You guys see Dalton in there. Everybody say thank you, Dalton, for sending me the box. We haven't opened it up. We are just waiting on you to stop by so that we can do a proper thank you and an unboxing. Have you ever tried Wax God's Final Touch? I actually did, Wilmer. Funny enough that you asked. So when I was actually showing my friend with the white 370Z, it was pouring that night. I mean, it was absolutely pouring. He was in my garage. It was last weekend. I clay barred the hood for him. I showed him out the clay barring. I used the Mother's clay bar. And then I pulled out the DA polisher and actually did use the polish and wax on his hood. Very, very good. It's just a light polish, just get out light swirls, but it give you that nice wax. He wrote me the next day. I literally only did his hood. I guess it rained the next day. Obviously, here in Florida, it's been raining nonstop. He said, dude, his hood looks amazing. He said the water beating was just great. He said he was so thankful. So it was good on him. I said, dude, bring it by any more time. He's like, we'll finish it off for you, make it look really good, and make a proper video out of it. You know what I mean? What do you think of the chemical guy's bug and tar wash? I don't think you really need it. Honestly, Turtle Wax's bug and tar wash does an excellent job. And that is the honest to God truth. The Turtle Wax really does a good job. Also, the one that, if you can find it, would be Stoner Car Care's Tarminator. It gets tar and bugs out really easy. So those are two that you might want to check out. I'll be right back for 10 minutes. Unbox it when I get back. Will do, buddy. Lexus makes $100,000 for a technician. I actually have a guy I work with. His, I guess it's his cousin that is a high-end tech for Lexus. He's worked at Toyota Lexus for like 20 years. They fly him around the country to work on LFAs. He's one of only like 10 or 15 in the country that are certified to work on LFAs. So whatever they do, whenever they have somebody comes in and has an issue, they fly him to whatever city it is. They'll say, hey, tomorrow you need to be in California, or you need to be in Illinois for to work on an LFA. They pay for the flight. They pay for the hotel. They give him a rental car. Everything is paid for by Toyota. And he said he gets paid back because they paid for him to get all his technical certification, to get all the special training for the LFA. And they literally fly him wherever it needs to be, or they'll pay him to drive if it's only a couple hours away. They give him a rental car. He said he gets paid really good money. And I guess he can get any car he wants at or below actual cost because of it. So it's pretty crazy. I was looking for some good products. I just ordered a thing. Wow, you're throwing that big money there. The AMG out there. That's good stuff, man. Just get some good stuff. Thumbs up for Parmaletta. You need schooling. Yeah, if you want to make yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, my wife obviously is a doctor. You guys might know this by now. So you got to figure, okay, she went to 4 years of college. You guys know that. She went to the University of North Florida. Then she took a year off while she was waiting to get into med school. Then she went to med school for, what is it? Was it 3 years? Hold on. It's 4 years total with your clinicals. So you basically do 2 years in classroom, 2 years in the clinicals, which means you follow around a doctor all day long. So now we got 8 years of after college. After high school, you have 8 years in already. Then you have to be a resident. Then you're a resident doctor. And depending on what field you're in, depends on how long the residency is. She's a family practice doctor, so it only took 3 years. So she was a resident doctor for 3 years. So before she could actually make any decent money, she had to put in 11 years. But if you're somewhere like a surgeon or like a cancer or anything like that, you're putting in, we were talking 5 to 7 years of residency before you are finally able to make more than the 40 or 50 grand is all they paid her as a resident doctor, to where you make those 6 figures. So it took her 11 years after high school before she actually was able to make a 6-figure salary. So if you're definitely not going to walk into the big paying jobs. I hope you guys understand that. So if anybody who's reading, I see you guys were talking about that. It took 11 years after high school of waiting before she was able to make a salary over 6 figures. Because as a resident doctor, it was like $40,000 the first year, 45 or something the second year. You got to understand, after you're paying your rent and all that stuff, you're making next to nothing on 45 grand. So it's pretty low. And as Greg likes to say, the other guy, when people talk about his products overpriced. Oh, he's talking about chemical ice. That's what he's talking about, Aaron. Don't need schooling for automotive. Well, you still have to get automotive certificates. You can't, even at my job. Okay, if you want to be a mechanic at my job, you still have to show your all this certification. Well, so you had to go to school and you had to be certified for all this stuff. And you have to show it to them before they will even sit down with you in an interview. You have to show all your certificates, where you went to schooling, who taught you, whether you knew it or not. You still have to go to the schools in order to show it. And then you have to have all your licensing done like that. Everything has to be done before you can work at my job as a mechanic. Because a mechanic makes the exact same amount as a driver makes, okay? So when you're making $36 and change an hour, you know, they want to see that you have the paperwork to back it. Although we hate kangaroos, that's a fact. Yeah, dude, I've seen some rough ones, especially from the motorcycle channel guys. They're riding the motorcycles like a wallaby will do this out of nowhere. Oh, I want to go here now, right in front of the motorcycle and hits them. And then they either hit the motorcycle and it barely survives, or the motorcycle instantly goes down and they go over their handlebars and hit the side. It's pretty rough. I've seen some wild videos, man. If you want to check it out, I sent you a message on Instagram. I'll check it out here in a minute. Regal, obviously, we're going to hang out here on Livestream before we worry about anything else. Yeah, Dalton said give us 10 minutes. So I'll give him 10 more minutes, and then we'll open up the box for him. Again, if anybody ever wants to send stuff to my P.O. box, you're more than welcome to. Just let me know that you sent it so that way I can go check it, because half the junk I get in there is always spam mail from some people who had the P.O. box before me. Strip wax. Would you choose Meguiar's red bottle turtle wax? They're both going to do about the same. The turtle wax comes in a bigger bottle. I will tell you that, but I don't know the dilution ratio. I know they have like 3 different levels, so it might be about the same. But either one of them, I had no problem. They'll do the job. It's just funny how I called them out in the video. And the funny thing is, Turtle Wax actually watched the video. I did not expect that one. Turtle Wax watched the Meguiar's video from the new water, the one that strips the wax outfit, because at the very end I said, and I brought out the green bottle and I said, it's funny that people dog Turtle Wax so bad and they make fun of them. Yet here it is, Turtle Wax made this product 2 years prior to Meguiar's, and now Meguiar's has it. So did Turtle Wax have the good idea first, or did Meguiar's see that they were selling really good? Now they had to make a competing product, you know, and Turtle Wax responded, because you don't think Turtle Wax is going to watch a Meguiar's video. No, it just proves. And they actually commented on it. So it's really funny, the stuff I see, and that you'd be surprised. There's a lot of, you know, lurkers, I guess, on the channel. They won't come out there and tell you that they've seen the videos. What's up, Scott? How you doing, buddy? Do you think it will be a good idea for a perfect product that works for the entire car, in and out of the tires, anything? Do you think a good idea to make a product that works for the entire car, in and out? I don't know, man, because some of the stuff is going to be different. Like, you can't put obviously car wash on your dash. It's going to be kind of screwed up. You know what I mean? A detailer is probably going to be about as close as you're going to get. And I don't know if the detailer is assigned, like, chemically made for your interior. You know what I mean? That's why I'm trying to think about it like that. Because, you know, would it give you protection? Would it strip off anything that you need on there? That kind of thing I'd have to look into. Takes you years to make 100,000. Yep, it definitely does, Brian. It really does. Hey, Chad, spoke to you last time about a few favorite products. Jay Leno's Garage. My box came in last week, and it's pretty good. You know, Ryan, I heard rumors that Adams makes Jay Leno's stuff. I know it's just rumors because I can't validate it, but I definitely heard there's rumors. And I definitely know for a fact one company makes another company's products. I know for 100% fact. I was told not to say anything, but all I'll tell you is that. About what company, who makes it for what. So it is pretty funny. There's a lot of cross pollination in there, cross contamination, whatever you want to call it, where company A that you guys know and love makes products for company B. Or what's even more funny is, let's just say it's a company that's not so well known, or maybe doesn't have the same reputation as this company, but they're actually the ones making their product for this company. That's what's funny. So you're like, oh man, this company is so good. But you're like, I don't really know that much about this company. I don't know if it's really that good, but oh, it has this big name on it. You know, that's what's so funny about it. And you're like, if you guys only knew. What is it? How many bucks are you gonna want? Just the one. I've only have one right now. Texas Chaos, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Chad, looking sharp today. What's different? Well, I got a fresh cut yesterday. You know, just doing my thing. You know, just looking really good, hot. You know, that's what we do. There's only 14 thumbs up and 40 people watching. Yeah, dude. Parmaletta wants thumbs up. You give this man some thumbs up. Give him some thumbs up if he's asking for it. He's thirsty for thumbs up. Have you ever considered doing your show where you give yearly awards to a certain product, like the best show of the award, best soap of the year? Now, I have done a couple of top products before, Scott, where I'll make videos of like top car washes of 2018. I've done that before. I've done a few others like that, but not too many of them. You know what I mean? But it is a good idea. A lot of people actually do watch it. I get like usually like 8,000 or 9,000 hits within the first couple of weeks on it. What kind of stuff do you PO boxes from previous owners? I've got waxes. I've got cleaning stuff, cleaning brushes. I've gotten some like trinkets and stuff like that from where they live. Just kind of things like that. You know, that kind of maybe pertains to the channel. And then, you know, maybe some fun stuff that where they're from, they sent me, that kind of stuff. Like, let's say I had some of my Australian subscribers send me some of the Bowden's own detailing products. Bowden's own is an Australian brand. So I would have to order them online. So that's kind of things that I couldn't get here. And, you know, maybe they want to stuff a koala in the box. I don't know. And send it to me, because obviously we don't have koalas here unless you go to the zoo. So. Or that would be pretty fun. Open it up and be like, oh, there's a koala in here. It's dead though, you know, but you get the idea, where you get things that we don't have here. Or maybe stuff from England. There's like companies in England that people ask me about all the time, that I have viewers from England, and they said, would you review it? And I said, yeah, I'd like to. Just let me finish out a few of these products, and I'd love to try them out. It's crazy when big companies are white. Yeah, it really is, Neil. I actually do enjoy it. You know, I'm not trying to get them free from anything. I'm not trying to get paid by these companies. Nobody's ever paid me for my reviews. They might send me free products for samples, and they say, hey, let me know what you think, and you can make a video if you want. And that's generally what I do. Even if I don't make a video, I'll at least write them and tell them what I thought about the products. Sometimes they've even sent me trial products, and they say, hey, don't put this out. Just give us a trial feedback. You know, it'll be in a bottle. It won't even be late. It'll just be like labeled with a type thing on it and said, hey, what do you think about this product? And they want me to review it with no video made on YouTube. Basically, that's what they want. And I've done that a few times for the people. And that's always fun, because then, you know, if it sucks, then it sucks. And I've actually ran into that where you've seen it and you're like, you know, oh, I like this or I don't like this. And the one stuff I did like didn't make it through production. And I'm like, that's so sad, you know. But that's just the way it goes, you know, because they'll send out a couple trials, and then they'll try their own thing, and then whether they're going to decide then to make the product or not, that goes from there. And then they might say, well, we like it. Okay, we like what you're saying. We're going to adjust the formula, and then we're going to send you another one. And they've done that before. They've sent me another another test sample. So that's really cool. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, I can't tell you guys where they come from, but I have companies that do that, multiple companies that have sent me stuff and said, hey, would you like to try out stuff? Just don't put it on YouTube. Don't put it out there for what products you're trying. So I'm like, that's fine, because, you know, hey, it's one-on-one. I'm working with you. You want to help me. I want to help you. Let's make the best product possible. And I like that, you know. And then if it goes live, then I'll test it out and we'll make a live video of it. But you would never know that I've actually tested it out in the past before. And that's what basically I have to do. So it's a lot of fun. But, you know, I just want to make every company the best company. Hey, do you go to a black barber shop, or do you go to a cost cutters haircut? I think I went to like Supercuts there in Windermere. We were out, obviously, if you know, I was in Windermere, Florida. We were looking around Windermere and Winter Garden for possible new homes in the future, so the next year or so. So we were just kind of trilling out, and I had to stop by and get a fast charger plug. I left mine at home. My phone died because I was using it for the Waze app everywhere we were going, and the damn thing died on me. And I was like, crap, I need a charger for the car. So I stopped by in a place in right next door with Supercuts. I was like, oh, there's no line. I'm just going to get my hair cut real quick. And that's what I did. Do I have to polish after compound? You would have to test it out first. If you do a polish test spot, then and you still need to go to compound, then you just get to go straight to the compound. Sometimes you might want to go to like a fine jeweling type polish, a really, really light polish. It only gets light stuff out. Maybe you might need to. I've seen sometimes where you might have like a marring or anything like that on your paint, or just it might cause some issues with the compound. Then you might have to come back with a nice polish, like a light polish, but that's generally about it. What's your go-to commercial pizza place? Either Pizza Hut or Papa John's, one of the two. We actually have Pizza Hut downstairs right now. It's pretty funny, but we had Papa John's last week, so it's just kind of the way it goes. You know, what I feel like that day. Chad, I got spray foaming car. A neighbor told me to stop because she said the soap was getting into her well water. Listen, you got to tell her if it was toxic or anything, then they wouldn't be allowed to sell it. Okay, let's put it that way. I'm not saying go out and drink it, but it's not going to be toxic to your environment. They couldn't even make a car wash for that if they were tripping balls. So just tell her to shut up. You know, what's she going to do? Go call somebody and be like, well, this is the product I used. All right, go ahead and show me where it's toxic or something. But, you know, and that's another part of the reason. We got yet another letter in the mail this week from our HOA that said we had dead palm fronds. And I pick up anytime we have a heavy storm, thunderstorms or whatever, sometimes you'll have like the old dead palm fronds fall off the tree. So I immediately pick them up every day. I mean, I did tons of yard work this week, a lot, like hours and hours and hours. And, you know, just trim back the hedges, really cleaning up things for the summer. You know, the bushes were getting out of control. I'm trying to cut back everything. And I'm like, really? I clean up the palm fronts every single day. And yet I'm going to get a letter about we need to clean them up or we're going to get fined. And I'm like, it's just getting ridiculous, where if I buy my own lot, kind of going back to what you're talking about, if we buy our own lot, like a couple acres, we can build our own home. There's no HOAs, nothing. We build exactly how we want. And that's just the way it goes. You know, you have your few neighbors down the street, you know, one of those kind of things. Like some of the area we were looking at yesterday in the edge of Winter Garden, Florida, everybody has horses and stuff like that. You know, you buy 5 or 10 acre pieces of land. And these people mostly are buying to build these huge homes, and they have like an equestrian area inside their thing. So they have horses, they have like jumping and all that stuff. It's that kind of thing. So we would never have to worry about the HOA deal. It's just like, you do whatever you want. You want four-wheelers out there, you want dirt bikes, you can do whatever you want. Nobody cares. You can go shoot your own gun in your backyard as long as you had maybe like a dirt mound or something that's going to stop the bullets. Nobody would care because it's that kind of, you know, it's out in the country. So maybe not. We're just right now, we're just kind of looking around the area and see what's out there. What company doesn't care about customer feedback? Oh, there's probably a couple big companies that I can tell you that don't like a lot of negative feedback. Anything you give negative, they'll automatically delete those comments. You know what I mean? All right, Dalton's back. How to get rid of deep scratches. Jacob, you would obviously want to test with a polish spot first. If the polish went through and you still had problems, then you would go to the compound. That's how you would do it. Compound will get rid of the deep scratches. Now, if it's down to the paint, the compound's not going to do anything for you. What's in the box? Well, now that Dalton's back, I guess we can open it up, huh? Where is my... I have scissors in here somewhere. Bear with me. Where'd they go? There they are. All right, guys, get me to 30 likes right now, and we'll open it up. 30 likes. Get me to 30 thumbs up, and we'll go ahead and open it up. I got some scissors to open it up. We'll open up the box. Get me to 30 likes real quick. And I know we can... That's only 6. I know there's more of you guys in here that haven't hit the thumbs up back. If a company pays you enough money, even though their products suck, would you advertise? No, because I built this channel to really give a fair and balanced review on everything, and I'll do my best for it. And that's just generally what I do. All right, we got 30 thumbs up. I know you guys were holding out on me, you cheap people. You're like that guy that doesn't want to pay, and you're like, whoa, that's too much money. I'm not paying that kind of thing for that. Cheap ass. Like I'll test sample it, and then once I get enough test samples in me, then I'll go ahead and leave and be like, you know what, I'm not really wanting that ice cream now anyways. All right, let's open this bad boy up. Hold on, Dalton. I don't have a proper knife up here, so bear with me. Hey, Dalton, you want everybody to know where you live? We'll show you the address, and then they can send you some stuff. It'd be fun. Winter Garden is turning a nice spot. Can't go wrong. Windermere is pretty nice, Ryan. You know the area, yeah. The only problem with Windermere, as you know, is pricing of like homes are very high there, opposed to like Winter Garden, where it's still halfway in the woods, so it's not too bad. You know, where you can actually build your own house or buy some land. Like if any land that's left in Windermere is just ridiculous. So here's the packing. Dalton wanted to ask me about the packing. How was the packing? And I'm like, I don't know yet. All right. So he sent me 2 items. This is what he got at his Pet Boys that obviously I didn't have here. A platinum 2-pack microfiber glass towers achieve professional results. It's funny because Turtle Wax never sent me one of these, so I appreciate it, Dalton. So they're actually really, really thin microfiber. They're designed to clean the glass off versus the big thick stuff that might be made for you're actually polishing or waxing, so like that. The other one is New Finish. I got a lot of people always asking me about New Finish. It's pretty funny how that works because people are always asking me about New Finish, and this is a New Finish Rapid Shine spray polish. No drip, advanced formula, leaves no white residue. So, and it says extreme water beating. I'll let you guys kind of see it. Thank you so much, Dalton. Once I get some time, I will definitely try this out. So bear with me a little bit, buddy. Obviously, I'm usually a couple weeks behind even on products that I already have. But thank you very much, Dalton, for sending it to me. I really do appreciate it. I'll definitely be trying these stuff out here soon, and you will get a proper thank you on every single video. So just letting you guys know. Just like when I do in, let's say, 303, Turtle Wax, or whoever sends me, in the beginning of the video, I always mention who sent it to me if they did, so that no way nobody can be like, oh, you got this free or you're doing this. I make sure that I let people know ahead of time that I got it it was donated to me for a trial sample. So thank you so much, Dalton. I really do appreciate that. Let's see. How about that Persil? Yeah, the Persil is actually really good. It smells actually good when I was using it. That's what we use for our laundry detergent. It's funny. Dalton, thanks, man, for sure. Chad, I feel like your neighbors, you never touched the lawnmower in their life. No, actually, who mows? The guy 2 doors down from me mows. The Dominican guy, the next door to him mows, but I heard he's building a huge house. He's going back he's in the Dominican Republic right now. He's buying he's buying like one of these megaplexes. He has a lot of money. Okay. So where you'll be able, it's like townhomes. So he's buying like a whole row of townhomes. And he's gutting them and redoing them to make them exactly how he wants, because he's going to have room for his whole family to move to, and then that kind of thing. I heard he owned like a lot of laundromats and stuff like that, and dry cleaners up in New Jersey. Of course, Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and everybody moved up to New Jersey, New York, and then they come back down here. But that's what he did. I heard he owned a lot of these suckers. So the dude's like, he's one of the rare people that actually mows his yard. He's one of those like, every weed must be picked out of the grass. So just you see him, he's like a retired, just chill, laid back guy. But I heard he's getting ready to be like done with Florida and move permanently over to the Dominican Republic. Whether he keeps his house or not, I don't know, because it's a pretty big house too. Dalton is not from Australia. Dalton is from Utah. Another great stream so far. Thanks so much, Car Washing. Turtle Wax has a ton of new towels. Yeah, I don't know, man. All they usually send me is products for to test out and let them know for review samples. That's what they always send me. And they'll tell me you can either put it on YouTube, you don't have to put it on YouTube, whatever you want. It's up to you. We do not care. We just want to have the feedback in the end. You know what I mean? Just checking in. What's up? What's up, Dan? How you doing, buddy? Dalton's cool. You brought. Thanks so much, man. I'm back. Guess what kind of pizza I ate? Pepperoni. Okay. Nope. In Utah, USA. Used to send some money. Dude, don't worry about it, Dalton. I have a lot of donations over time. You guys know that. I usually get donations maybe once or twice a live stream. And for a while there, I was getting maybe like 30, 40 bucks a live stream. But I want to always say straight out that if you guys are hurting for the money, don't open your wallet. I mean, I can still buy my own products, but I'm always very thankful for anything you guys send, because I do reinvest that right back into the channel to help me buy all this extra crazy stuff. Like the foam can, you saw the Matt TC foam can, that was what, $20. So of course I spent it. Now I think I have like 4 foam cannons. So I didn't need the foam cannon. It was just more that I had a lot of people requesting it because they had said they was a great foam cannon. Would I buy it? And I was just happened to be on Amazon shopping and surfing stuff. And I'm like, let me look that up. And I went ahead and added it to the cart. So please understand that it does definitely help. And I make sure that, it goes right back into the channel. But I don't want somebody going broke just trying to donate. That to me is dumb. I would never recommend that. It's like keep swiping your credit card when you don't have the money, that kind of thing. Would you say the majority of your cars care about cars or no? They don't care. Most people here are old. Hi, I'm from. I drive a 2012 Dodge Charger SXT. Okay. You got some wheels on that yet? What did I miss in the box? Oh, so Dalton hooked us up with a new, come here, microfiber glass towel kit. Very thin. They're made for glass only. And some new finish Rapid Shine. So new finish, I have a lot of people asking me about new finish all the time. I've tried their car wash. It was decent. I would say a B+ car wash. And a lot of people always asking me about new finish, and I just haven't had a chance to try enough of it. And of course, Dalton here hooked us up with it. So I might actually try it here on the blue car. I might actually try it on the blue Prelude. So we'll see. The white Prelude actually, by the way, is actually running. I don't know if I told the story last week. No, I don't think I did. So get this. The company who had the white Prelude over there for 6 months and didn't do jack shit from it. The guy in Tampa had it for 1 day. Worked on it for the first day. He said he found 3 grounding issues on it. 2 circuits that he saw were bad. He's already fixed it. He got the car started like that. It was running. He actually has a video of it. But the problem is when they were switching out the ECUs, because they said the ECU was bad, I guess the one that they left in there went for a newer Prelude. So it with VTEC. So it's popping issues with errors with VTEC and stuff. Well, the old 90s, the early 90s, late 80s Preludes and before never had VTEC. So it's throwing up major errors, but he already has it running. And it's like, imagine that, I mean, this guy within 1 day has the car running. 6 months it's out of there. We don't know what's wrong with it. And I'm just like, oh my God. And then they bought the wrong ECU for it. So it is funny how that works out when you get a quality mechanic that's really, really good versus a garbage mechanics. And that's another reason I'm over Kissimmee. People are lazy here. They don't want to work. You can't get service. Even when people come work on your house, it's ridiculous. They say they'll be there and they never show up. And you're like, and then you call them once or twice and they just don't do it. So I'm so thankful that I found such a good mechanic. He can work on any car. He just specializes in Hondas and Preludes for that matter. So a sick 370 Nismo. Yeah, I liked my 370s a lot. It was a really nice car, but I was rarely driving it. It was literally collecting dust for 3 months before I would drive it. When I had my son, obviously, I couldn't take my son and my wife. And that was the main drive for me to get the GTR. So that's why I bought the GTR. Now I only know like 23,000 left on it. I'm going to try and pay it off by next summer, have it completely paid off. That's my goal anyways. I'm going to set a goal for myself, going just ham on it. Maybe next summer, next fall, being completely out of debt with the car. And we'll see then. You guys know in the past, a lot of people asking me, I am going to right now I'm dealing with Pacific Coast Auto to import a car, but I haven't seen any Toyota Aristos come up. If I wait like 6 months or more and I don't see any cars I'm willing to bid on for that come up to auction, then I'm just going to get my money back from them and wait until the car's paid off and buy a Civic Type R. That's what I'm planning to do anyways. Is that way I have a 4-door car. It's a Honda. It's going to hold its value forever because it's a Honda and it's a Type R. And it's going to be a solid 4-door sedan. And I don't have to spend buttloads of it. 34 grand. Perfect. I don't have to go into high debt again. Hi, I'm from Cannon. I was wondering if you have ever heard or tried Simonized foam cannon. I have not tried their foam cannon. I've definitely heard Simonized. By the way, in September, was it September, October? I'll be in Canada, by the way. If any my Canucks are up there, Canadian people, I will be in Canada. And I'll be in Quebec and Nova Scotia. We're doing a cruise. We're doing a Disney cruise, but I'll be in Quebec and Nova Scotia. So I'll be like, what up, Canadians? Do you guys know how to wash cars up here? Hopefully you guys do. You just, as soon as it comes to winter, you're like, oh, putting it back in the garage again. Pineapple pizza from Domino's. Okay. Did the importer have a stream last week? No, he didn't. I was waiting for it, Justin, but they didn't. I don't know what's going on. Pineapples are great. I like pineapples by themselves. Can you show us the products for this week? Right now it's a 303 car wash. It's brand new. It just came out like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Melissa, of course, as always, hooked me up with it. Sent it to me, a brand new box of 303. She even sent me like a cool little like winter vest and something. I'm like, cool, and it actually has 303 on it. It's one of these nice big fleece. It's really cool. Obviously, I don't need it right now, but she hooked me up with that and some other things. I mean, Melissa and 303, the whole 303 group, they're a smaller company, but they make really, really good products. And the car wash, I'll tell you right now, is a solid B+. The lubricity isn't as high as like Limitless or Wax Gods or some of those, but that I give it a solid B+. The suds never died. It was in a 90-something degree day, and it just kept working. The glove, you can sometimes feel when the nice lubricity is going on. When the glove hits the paint and you can feel it kind of glides over it pretty fast, that's when I know it's actually good. And they had that. Was honestly pretty impressed. I was kind of skeptical because it says 1 ounce per 5 gallons, and I was like, but you know what? They proved me wrong. I was like, I'll give them a solid B+ on this one. Not quite an A, but I gave them the B+. For you guys, it will be out tomorrow, so you guys will see that. A lot of people say that I look like, yes, I do. That's what they say. If you're looking at the Toyota Chaser, I have a Ricky. I'm looking for something with a little bit more room. As well as the Aristo came with a 2JZ twin turbo engine, which is 280 horsepower, which they say actually tests on a dyno at 300 and around 310 horsepower. So that'd be fun. Again, you have to wait for one to even come up to auction. I've waited, 2 or 3 weeks now, and I've seen 2 come to auction. One was previously wrecked and repaired, and one was only in level 3 condition and had 180,000 kilometers. And I was like, no. I'll either wait for absolute mint condition one with like 40-something thousand miles, a grade 4, 4.5 condition, which is like really high condition for that age, and then bid on it. Or if not, I'll get my money back and then just buy a Civic Type R around next summer, next fall. What's up, Codeine? How you doing? What electric pressure washer would you recommend for just pressure washer? Probably like a Ryobi one will treat you just fine, like around 1,800 PSI. You don't really need anything over 1,000 or 1,200 PSI will push a pressure washer, a foam cannon, just fine. Have you ever eaten at the Tarpon at Dubstead in College Park? No, I barely ever go over that way, at that side of town. I've been maybe over there once or twice in the 5.5 years that I've lived in Kissimmee. I work by the airport, so I usually stay around there, or we go around Disney, Universal, stuff like that. We rarely go out of that area, you know what I mean? This area. We don't really go towards UCF. We don't go north side of town. We don't go that other side by like, what would you say, Altamont or anything. We just stay down here for the most part. I've never owned a Japanese car. Well, you need to go buy one because they make quality cars. Now, a real Japanese car, not a Honda, like a Honda Accord that's made in Ohio for the last 35 years. I'm talking a 100% made in Japan car. They are very solid, high quality, and they will last and last and last and last. And they have a decent resale value. Where an American car will be like, I love that about Japanese cars. They really hold their value. Cody, what did somebody say? Yeah, Cody, yeah, I got rid of my 370Z last January, man. I sold it to get the down payment for the GTR. That's how I did. I sold it and I put down like 22,000 or 23,000, somewhere around there on my used GTR. That's how I bought the GTR. That was my down payment. I paid 1/3 of it down cash. Canadian cars are just rust. Yeah, that's the problem with the Blue Prelude. It's from Syracuse, New York. If you guys know Syracuse, it's in very top of New York. It's right near the Canadian border. It's only like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive, and you'd be in Canada. And that's why. If it was a Florida car its whole life, the funny thing is that white Prelude was originally sold in Jacksonville, Florida, and I bought it when it was in Pensacola, Florida. It was a Navy guy that owned it, and that's why. So it has zero rust. And now where the paint's chipped and fading on the top, you get a little bit of that, typical surface rust where the paint's chipped and gone off the top or on the hood area. But there's no rust underneath it, none of that stuff, because it was a Florida car its whole life. That's the difference. That car is 27 years old versus the blue one, which is 17 years old. This one has a rust in the rear wells. This has nothing. It's just the difference from being Florida to a New York car. You have a Sun Ho. Okay, you have a Ho up in there. That foam can just needs to upgrade, which is 1.14 fifths. Yeah, you just gotta treat that Ho good. Smack it around when you need to. 303 has a very good reputation. As a matter of fact, they of course are the main sponsor of Mecum car auctions. If you watch any of the car auctions from Mecum, they always have a giant 303 there, and they're always there with their booth. So I got to meet Melissa in person. She actually came to my neighborhood. So where Mecum is held in Kissimmee every year, it's like 4 or 5 minutes from my house. So her and the girls that work there, they were going to go back to the hotel, so they stopped by and actually gave us the passes for the entire week, the VIP passes earlier this year. And so she met me and we got to say hi and stuff like that. Really cool group. They've invited me up to Chicago. We've talked about going to Illinois in the next couple of weeks. My grandma will turn 98 years old. And of course, she's really getting up there and starting to have some problems. So I'm like, do we go up there now so my son can see more of my grandma? Because she's only seen her twice. Or do we wait till maybe later on around November? So so I don't know. That's what we're kind of looking at right now, whether I should go to Illinois for my grandma's 98th birthday or just wait till Thanksgiving. We're looking at going to Thanksgiving up to Illinois. And if while I'm up there, 303's invited me there. They're based out of Chicago, and so is Turtle Wax. Turtle Wax said, come on back up here. So I've been to Turtle Wax headquarters once in Chicago. They're in Addison, Illinois. In Chicago, and then 303, I think, is in another suburb of Chicago over here. What's in the other box? I only have one box. What are you talking about? Love the channel. Thanks a lot, Cody, and I really do appreciate that. Just got a 2018 Honda Accord Touring. I just wanted to know if it's a goods enough to soap for a newbie. Foam can in the soaps. There anything I should avoid? What do you mean by that? The Accord Sport is actually pretty good as long as you got the turbo engine. They're pretty quick from what I heard. Now, if you would have got it in the manual, you would have been 2 thumbs up there. But I know there are very few manuals out there. Just want to know if it's good enough for a newbie with a foam can. Oh, yeah, dude. Foam can is not going to do anything to you. You could stand in front of the foam cannon and let somebody shoot you with it, and you would just get like spraying you with a hose. That's basically what it's like on your car, and that's all it's going to do. It's not going to hurt you at all. You'll be totally fine with it. Come back in there, then pull out your mid out of a bucket and just wash it down. Make it perfect. You know what I mean? And put on it. Since you're up in north in Canada, you need to get a good sealant on that thing immediately. Go get yourself a good quality sealant. Spend the money. It's like $30. You lose like this much sealant every time because it spreads so thin. And then you can always lay on a layer of wax on top of it if you want for added protection for extra balm. But you really need to do it as soon as possible because, in the next 4 or 5 months, you're going to be starting to see snow again, and you really don't want it to be affected by all that salt and crap that you get up there. I have a brand new 2018 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. Oh, you bought an Eclipse Cross. Oh. In my mind, Mitsubishi died when they let go of the Evo, and they put the nail in the coffin when they considered a crossover an Eclipse. You guys remember the Eclipse from the 90s? Those cars still look good. The perfect round curves. They just look so hot. Where the one that came in the 2000s, everybody hated. I think that was the end of the Eclipse because they hated it. So they had like the ridges down the side of the door. They looked crappy. But the 90s Eclipse and the GSTs, they were beautiful. They still look good. Typical 90s. I was one of the people that could not believe they called a crossover an Eclipse. It was like, you people are idiots. You got rid of the Evo, and now you're going to call the Eclipse, which was a sports car, or you know what I mean, a sports car, a coupe. But an SUV, it's like, that's really what Mitsubishi did. They're dead in my books. Is Melissa sexy? She's a decent looking girl, but I don't know. I only got to see her one time. Where at in Illinois? They're in Chicago suburbs, but I don't know exactly. I know Turtle Wax is in Addison, Illinois. I've been there, but I've never been to 303 headquarters. They've invited me up there. They're in a small building. I looked it up. It's on like just in the southern side of downtown. So it's outside of downtown in like an industrial section, just on the south side. That's where they're at. Do glazes repel water? I don't think they have any properties that would repel water. A glaze is meant to like fill in light swirls and scratches and give it that just wax shine to it. But I don't know how much actually, water repellent properties are in it. You know what I mean? The box to the right. Oh, this one? This is the one that I've had for like 2 weeks here. I just haven't had a chance for it. I haven't opened it up, but it's like 3D car washes in here. I've got 3D Speed is in here. You guys know HD Speed. That's in here. It's got Colonite 845 in here. You guys keep asking about Colonite, and it's got like one more product in there. I can't remember. It's been a while. What electric pressure washer did you say? Ryobi. They're a solid company. I use their outdoor equipment from around the house. What's up, AJ? How you doing? Best soap for ceramic coated car. Any car wash. Honestly, you just get a quality soap. The best car soaps I've ever tried are online order from Limitless Car Care. It's Limitless Lather, and they do sell them in gallon sizes. And then they're also Wax Gods. Those are the two best washes I have ever tried. The suds are amazing. The lubricity is ridiculous. Just you put your hands in the soap and you pull it out, and you just try and hold on to something. It just slips out of your hand. I'm telling you, those are two that I would stake my reputation on. I've never tried anything better. There probably is products that are just as good out there, but these are the ones that I've personally tested that I will vouch for every day. So if you're willing to pay the couple dollars for shipping, like I said, a lot of these companies will have like a $6 flat rate shipping. Poor Dalton got hammered here. I don't know if you saw it. It was, where's the shipping? $12.90 for these two items here. $12.90. And people bitch all the time. Well, it's expensive. And that's why I always try and tell you guys, as somebody in the shipping industry, let's say you were like, well, I can buy, this is 50 cents for this Coke can. Why are they charging? Okay. And you're like, okay, well, company over at A is doing free shipping. Well, how much is it? It is 65 cents a bottle. Where do you think that 15 cents is going to? That's paying for that free shipping. So a lot of people don't understand that these companies that are it doesn't matter what company is, they are charging just a little bit more, and that's how they cover shipping. You just don't realize it. They bump the price up more, and that's how they cover shipping. So some people say it might be cheaper, but then you're like, oh man, the shipping fees, I don't want to ship, and this company is free. That's the way they're doing it. That's exactly how they get around your free shipping. It's because they push the price up more on the product, and that's how they get you. It tastes so good. Yeah, dude, I missed the 90s Eclipse were beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I know what you're talking about with the wing on it, the round wing on the back. Oh, it's gorgeous. Amazing. No, I've got no problem with the guy, actually, with the SUV. Please understand that. I don't have any problems against him. What I'm saying is I have a problem with the Mitsubishi brand taking an Eclipse name, which was an amazing sports coupe for the masses to have, and putting it on an SUV. That's when you know they're just struggling as a company. They were known for the Evo. They had the 3000 GT with the VR4. You could get the Galant with the VR4 engine in it. I mean, they made great cars at one time. You had the Eclipse of the 90s, which was some of the best looking sports cars out at the time. They were gorgeous. They're still pretty. They started going downhill in the 90s, and then they basically are done. It's kind of like Suzuki's pulled the plug, and they're not even in America anymore. Suzuki's gone. Now I heard that is it Nissan? Nissan owns most of Mitsubishi now, or they bought them out or something like that. So everybody's hoping they'll bring back the Evo now that Mitsubishi owns them or Nissan owns them. So we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? If you want to come down here to Kissimmee, you can open it up right now, buddy. Why did Acura bring back the NXX when nobody's buying it? The problem with the NXX is, one, it's too much money for what it is. It's slower than a GTR that costs $60,000 less. It's not anything like the original NSX. You need that sleek, long design. That's what everybody asks for, and everybody asks just for a standard V6 engine. You could turbocharge it just like you did the GTR, a turbocharged V6 engine. That's all you needed. Sell it for $100,000. That NSX would have sold like hotcakes. But no, Honda being stupid Honda, let's make it a hybrid. Let's make it weird looking. Let's charge $160,000. Once you're at $160,000, you open up a world of choices for you. You're talking we can get used Ferraris now, Lamborghinis. Are you going to take a Honda over a Lamborghini or Ferrari? I mean, you're at $160,000. Okay, and it's not faster. The GTR is actually faster, and then GTR is $98,000 to $100,000. And it's like, everybody just wanted the nice, long, sleek design of the NSX it always had. Obviously, it would have to be bigger because of probably safety regulations and stuff like that that's changed. And just slap a V6 twin turbo in there, just like the GTR did, and it would have sold like hotcakes. Put it up for $98,000. head-to-head with the GTR price-wise, it would have done great. You didn't need the hybrid in it. You didn't need all this fancy garbage in there it needed. That's what people wanted. And now it's just they priced themselves out of the market. I remember I was watching you guys probably know a channel if you like a lot of cars called Super Speeders Rob. You guys probably know him. He was talking about getting one. He said he was looking at it, and everybody started calling him saying, hey, you want to buy mine? Because they were buying it to flip it, thinking they were going to make a crap load of money. These flippers that buy the cars and then instantly sell them. Same with the brand new Ford GT. They were buying them and then flipping them instantly. Have like 2 miles on it. And it's just sitting in the garage, and they instantly want to double the money or make 100, 200 grand on these cars, and that's what they're doing. Nobody was buying it. And then he started having dealers, he said, call them about the NSX. He was describing the NSX. Dealers were like, hey, we'll sell it to you for under MSRP on an NSX. You can't, like, the Honda Civic is $34,000. Good luck finding many dealers actually selling the Civic Type R at $34,000. Most dealers want a couple grand to 10 or 15 grand over a sticker for the Civic Type R. It's like, you screwed up big time, Honda. And I think they realize it. And I honestly think you might get another year or two out of the NSX and they'll just be like, it's not worth it. Just let it go. You know what I mean? Because they're sitting on the floors. Nobody's buying it. Do you remember the Celica? Yeah, dude, Celica back in the day used to be pretty good. You had the four-wheel drive Celica. You had turbo Celicas. There were some decent ones way back in the day. And then they turned into garbage. What do you think of McGuire Scratch X 2.0? You might as well just get a polish, like Ultimate Polish. It's essentially a scratch, swirl, and scratch thing is essentially a polish. That's all it is a polish. 240 SX, that would be nice if they brought back a 240 from Nissan. I agree. A Silvia, they bring it back. Make it started at like $22,000 for just a base 5-speed cloth interior, nothing special, no navigation, nothing. 250 horsepower, 23 grand starting. If you want one with leather seats, you want navigation, you want all the bells and whistles, 29,000. I bet money kids would eat it up. So the kids that can't afford 29,000, maybe they can afford that 22,000 though. They can somehow trade in their car and have 4 or 5 grand, and maybe you only have to finance 5, 15, or 20 grand on it, or 15 or 17 grand on one. I guarantee they would sell like hotcakes. But with the SUV craze, there just no companies really want to touch money sports cars because of that. Because they're like, I'm only going to sell 10 or 15,000 a year of these, but I'm selling 300,000 Nissan Rogues. Seriously, they sold 300,000 Nissan Rogues in 2017. Do you think they're going to give 2 craps about a car that only makes 10,000? Where are they going to spend millions of dollars to design it? They're going to keep re-upping the Rogue over and over and over every couple of years, refresh it because of that. Because that's where they're making their money, not off 10,000 units over here. And that's what's sad because the world is going to the SUV craze. What are your thoughts about the MR2? Oh, I liked it. The MR2s were cool little cars. I like it. Also, you remember the Toyota Tercel? Of course. Yeah, I remember there was one girl in my class that had a Tercel. I remember that she let me drive around. That was pretty nice. A little tiny car. We're talking like I was 17, so it was way back in the day. I think it was like a 92 or 93 Tercel she had. The new NSX is just a supercar that is an exotic. People will take Lamborghini. Yeah, that's the problem. You can get McLarens at 160,000. Again, you get used Ferraris. I mean, personally, at 160 grand, if I had 160 grand to throw, which I don't, obviously, none of us. I'm guessing most of us here don't have it. I would probably put my name on a GTR Lambo. That would be me, because if you have the money to throw, and it's going to be your 4th, 5th car in your garage, that kind of thing. I would rather have that kind of money going towards a used Ferrari or used Lamborghini. That's just me all day long. I would not buy an NSX. There is a limit when I pass it that it just says no more. I'm done. Maybe it's not as fast as this, but it's a Ferrari. You're driving a Ferrari out there on the roads. I saw one yesterday. Like I said, we were in Windermere. In Windermere, there was a red one that got off the 429. It's a toll road on that side of Orlando. And I saw one, I was like, ooh, Ferrari. I mean, it catches your eye instantly. If I saw an NSX, which I think I've only ever seen one NSX in person, it was just like, it would be like, oh, there's an NSX, but it wouldn't be like, ooh, Ferrari. It's just that kind of difference about it. And you see like a Lambo go by, you're like, ooh, Lambo, or ooh, GTR. That's the way I am about them. Even today, I'm like, ooh, GTR when I see it go by. Or usually, most of the guys around Central Florida I know, so I'm usually like, wonder which guy that is. Is it this guy or this guy? And then you post up and they're like, oh, yeah, that was me. Do people ever tell you look? Yes, I do, Kimbox. Yes, I do. Just found your channel like 5 days ago. Thanks a lot, man. I really do appreciate that. Well, what do you think about the Nissan GTR? It looks pretty cool. A lot of the guys in the Central Florida GTR Club are actually posting up pictures of it. They're very interested in it. I think one or two are actually looking to possibly, if it goes up for sale, to actually buy one. We'll see what happens. How do you think about the new Supra? Underpowered, overpriced. Now, I heard they're going to have a different in Supra, but the one that is going to initially be launched is 330 horsepower. My 370Z from 2009 had 330 horsepower. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? That car should have 500 horsepower, maybe 400s if it's only, because it's supposed to be selling for like 60-something thousand dollars. Are you kidding me? 60-something thousand dollars for a 330 horsepower car when you can go get a brand new 370Z that's a full-on sports car, rear-wheel drive, 330 horsepower, brand new for $30,000. Imagine what you could do with another $30,000. You know what I mean? You could buy a brand new 370, dump another $30,000 into it. You would wreck everything on the streets, okay? You would literally wreck everything on the streets with another $30,000 dumped into your 370. It is mind-blowing how much they're asking for the Supra. I don't think it's going to do very good at that price point. I think it's 60-something thousand. It needs to be in the 400 to 500 horsepower region. Very close, somewhere around 400 to 500 region. I understand the GTR is 545, 560 now or something like that, and it's selling for 90-something thousand. But there are so many cars in the 60-something thousand dollar range, even luxury cars that are well in the 400 to 500 horsepower range. You see what I'm saying? So that Supra needs to have that. I don't know what they were thinking on that one. I know they co-developed it with BMW as the next BMW Z4 or whatever they're going to call it, but yeah, about that. And that's why I'm like, okay, they are going to make a more powerful version. Great. But if you're starting at 60-something thousand, where are you going to try and get that Supra to? $70,000, $80,000? Are you kidding me? Unless you're running numbers of the GTR is running, you might as well go get a GTR instead. You know what I mean? What would be a good drying agent? Any detailer. A detail spray will treat you just right. I actually showed it to my friend when we were had his white 370Z over here last weekend when I did this stuff. After I had actually washed his car, we actually used a detailing. Just a detailer. I used Chemical Guys, the purple one, the Chemical Guys Speed Swipe, whatever it's called. And you just see it immediately pushes the water away. It's really cool. So you spray down the detailer over it, and it actually pushes the water away. It makes it like what are you going to call it? Like just zip away from your car. So it's really cool. And that's a good way to good driving agent. Just get yourself a nice little detailer. You can get on a spray on wax. You can even use the spray on wax if you want to. Did you open the box? Yes, I did, Jared. Mr. Dalton here sent me some new finished Rapid Shine spray polish. I've only tried one new finished product so far. And he sent me one of Turtle Wax's new glass microfiber cleaners that you use actually on the glass. It's a really different feeling. It's really thin, but like almost hardy feeling thin because it's designed specifically for glass and for glass alone, microfiber towels. So yeah, Dalton definitely hooked it up there. Hold on. Did you make a video doing a paint correction? I have in the past. Try looking up how to remove swirls and stuff like that. That's how I have video on that. Now, there's a million YouTube channels out there with it. If you want to learn from some of the high-end pros, your Mike Phillips from Auto Geek, he has a good stuff out there. I've seen the Junkman out there. Junkman's a big one. Ammo Guy will teach you all the high-end tips and tricks as well. That's why I recommend it's cool to subscribe to many of those channels if you're really interested in the detailing world, because you can really, really learn the techniques from those complete pros that are working on Ferraris and Lamborghinis every single day of their life. And then you implement it into yours with your own cheaper products. Maybe they're using this compound that's $50 a bottle. Well, you just go get your McGuire's Ultimate for $6 a bottle, and you use the same techniques, and you're basically going to get the same results. Maybe not quite as quick, but you're going to get the same results. That kind of thing. And you can learn the perfect technique from them. But I do have a video on how to polish if you guys really want to watch it. It's in there. Just look up how to polish in the search box. What do GTRs get after? That is a very good question, Cody. And I see this all the time. They either go to Lamborghini Gallardos. I see it all the time. Or they go to McLarens. It's either Gallardos or McLarens. I see it at least once every month or two. I see it all the time. So they say they want to upgrade, because with the GTR, they hold their value so well. So now you have like $60,000, $70,000 down payment. Well, now they go buy a McLaren that's $160,000, and now they finance another 100 grand. I know it's crazy to believe that they're financing 100 grand a small house, and they buy a McLaren or they buy a used Gallardo for like 110,000. So now they take another $40,000 or $50,000 loan, and they have Gallardos. I see it all the time. It's the typical of why is he? I don't know why it's either the Gallardo or McLaren, but those are the ones that so many GTR owners across the United States go up to. That's like the next logical step. And I guess the one after that would be like a Ferrari or something like that, or a higher end Lambo. But that's what I always see. Always. If it's a turbo BMW 330 horsepower, then that's different. I don't know. Even supercars making SUVs. Ever seen? Yes, the Urus, the Lamborghini Urus. It actually looks really cool. I actually give it to them. But it's a Porsche. Is it the Porsche? Underneath, it's basically a Porsche engine and everything underneath it. I want to say it was. Yeah, you guys probably can correct me in the comments below. I'm pretty sure it's a Porsche SUV essentially underneath it. What sealant? I would say Chemical Guys Jet Seal I had really good luck with. Masterson Shield Sealant I had excellent luck with as well. And Stoner Car Care Sealant. A little bit harder to find, but you can definitely find them. All three of them will be online, and they're all going to treat you very good. What engine would Toyota use to produce 500 plus horsepower? I don't know. I mean, they have a V8. They can put in the V8s in there and easily pump it up there. But they would have to, again, they would have to spend the money. But they're the biggest car company in the world, so they definitely have the deepest pockets to be able to build one. Do they want to build one? They figure, are they going to sell only 1,000 Supers a month, brand new Supers? For the first year, Supers are going to be hot. Everybody's going to be trying to buy them because they want to be the first kid on the block, or they're going to be the flippers that are going to be buying it to flip it instantly because they're going to be very limited. Just like what they're doing with the Civic Type Rs. You see that a lot, especially for the first year and a half. People were buying the Civic Type Rs, and then they were flipping them instantly, making a 5 or 10 grand profit on them because they're so hard to find still. Now they're starting to be out there, and some of the maybe not so desirable colors are starting to be down. You can get them around right at MSRP, but for many of them, even used Type Rs, if you look it up, they're selling for like $36,000, $40,000 for a used Type R, and you're like, but MSRP is $35,000 or $34,000. They're making money off it. It's crazy to believe it, but they're making money, or they're breaking even because some of those guys had to pay over MSRP, and I think that's what's starting to happen. You're starting to see a lot of the people or buying the Civic Type R, realizing they're not pocket rockets. I mean, it's a Civic with 310 horsepower. They're not going to blow your brains that way. Like, oh my God, it's so fast, but what did you expect for $34,000? And they expecting there's going to be just some rocket out there on the streets. And so they're either paying these huge payments and they're like, screw this, or they're like, I want something faster. So they're selling it. So that's the only reason I see that happening. Is DL1 Camaro, and that's exactly what I'm trying to say, Justin. That's what I'm trying to say. I think Toyota might have messed up here, price. Now, if it comes out around 330 horsepower Super for, let's just say 40, 45,000, which will be no way in hell, then it might sell. But again, the 370Z is probably going to be just as fast. Maybe it's just a tick slower, let's say. But you're going to be paying $30,000 brand new. I mean, or $29,000, I think is what they're down to now, brand new for the base model. That's what I'm saying. Bird poop removed by paint on the side mirrors. Dude, you've got to get off. Anytime you see bird poop or tree sap, you've got to get it off within hours that day. You've got to get it off. For bird poop has acid in it. You know what I mean? It comes out of their body, so it has acid in it. You're pooping out the stuff. Back, sorry, somebody came to my house. I drive 2015 Mazda 3 Touring. Oh, Cody, okay. Do GTR guys go to Porsche? No, I've never seen any go to Porsche. At least not that I remember anyways. It's almost always McLaren or like a used Gallardo. Do you like tinted taillights or headlights? No, not really. I want to be able to see. Ooh, I'll give you a good example, guys. So you want a story today. You guys run the Waze app. If you don't run the Waze app, what it is it's a traffic app. So you can use it for traffic. You can see where traffic is, accidents are, police, especially people report where the police are at. So I was heading on Osceola Parkway into Walt Disney World. I was just about to cross over I-4. You go over the bridge across I-4 when you're on Osceola Parkway. Okay. And I had my radar detector on in my wife's minivan. Okay. And we hadn't even gone over the hill yet from I-4, and I get the warning from Waze saying police reported ahead, and I was doing like, I don't know, like 55, 60, and it's only 45 through there. So I immediately got off the gas. I was like, oh, police reported, here we go. So I got down to like 49 miles an hour, right around there. As soon as I crested the top, my detector went off, boom, laser. He was hitting people with laser right there. He was parked sideways, and I was like, oh, thank you, Waze. Car came off Interstate 4 right next to me, went boom, right next to me, right off I-4, merged back onto Osceola Parkway. Don't you know it? That cop was on him in a heartbeat. He must have stopped him doing like 65, 70. I mean, he blew my doors off. Right as he merged on, he went, oh, because he hit me with laser, and laser is instant. You have no chance with laser unless you have laser jammers. It's not like radar. And it went laser going off, and I was like, whew, I'm only doing 50. Thank you. And then that car went boom right on by me as he merged on. And dude, I see the lights come on. He pulled right out and got him. He sat behind him. And the whole time I was like, yeah, Waze saved my tail, because there's no protection with laser unless you have laser jammers to jam the signal. It's not like radar where you're going to get a signal and he can't pinpoint you till you're right near him. With laser, it's wherever he points it, he knows identical. Only this dude right here is this dude speeding. So it saved my butt, and I'm telling you right now, if you don't run the Waze app, you're doing yourself a disservice. I see so many people. I don't know why I'm still in the 370Z groups, because of course I have the 370 on the Facebook, and I see so many people posting up tickets all the time. I got caught doing 75 or in a 50 or whatever. And I said, and I'll write this on it just to be, I'm not a dick about it, but to be like, you're an idiot. I was like, here we go. Typical story. Let me guess, you have no radar detector and you weren't running the Waze. And they'll be like, nope, didn't have a detector, wasn't running Waze. Maybe they don't run Waze, but if you're going to be doing 15 or 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, you need to have at least a detector in your car. That was the first police officer, sheriff I've ever seen in my town that's ever ran a laser. Everybody and all the sheriffs in my town run radar. So that was a first ever for me to see that. And I just don't understand. If you're going to do 15, 20 miles an hour all the time over the speed limit, why don't you have a detector? And detector costs money. I get it. Waze is free. Run Waze, download the Waze app. And it saved. It was a classic save right there, because I came up over the hill over I-4. As soon as I crested the hill like this, he was sitting right here and he hit me with laser instantly. But then this dude does this right past me like this, and that cop flew out and nailed him. I was like, ho, thank you, Waze, because I wouldn't have had a chance either, because I was probably doing about 55 and a 45, so I probably would have been stopped for doing 10 over. Okay, back to the reading again. What are your thoughts on Chemical Guys Leather Quick Detailer? It's a decent product. It should do fine for you. I really like McGuire's leather cleaner and detailer. I love Mother's. There are some really solid ones too. Mother's VLR are really good. I hope you enjoy the products I sent. I use similar brand towel, and it works amazing, especially with rubbing school. Yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, Dalton, you guys know Voodoo Car Care, so obviously, maybe not the best brand in the world, but I have their glass cleaner. I've been meaning to actually try it out, so maybe I'll try it this week on it. But we'll try it out. How's that sound, Dalton? We'll go from there, because I'm not too hyped on Voodoo. I think they need a work to their brand. Very easy to going, very nice people to deal with. Hai, H-A-I, is obviously a Chinese guy out there in California. So cool. He sent me a shirt. I didn't ask for a shirt. They actually sent it to me. They watched all my videos and critiqued what they could work on. They sent me the big banner in the garage for free. I mean, very easy to going, but I told them, I said, you guys really need to go back and hit the work. It needs some work around the thing. And they said they've taken notes. They're going back. They're redesigning a lot of their products, and they want me to test more of their stuff. And I'm like, I'd be happy to. So I do like them, but we'll see. I don't have very high hopes for their stuff right now, for their stuff. We'll see. How does nothing load up, Dalton? It's just, I'll show you how this works with it. So my wife texted me and I didn't see it. AC is still not working right. Crap. That sucks. So we bought a brand new AC back in the end of January. The guy came out today because something's wrong with it. He had to come back today, and he said, well, let me know if it's still not working. Well, clearly it's not working. She didn't send it to me. Okay, so by the way, my screen's cracked. So you see the little Waze app. So you guys aren't going to see this. So hit the button. So you see a little mini maps, okay? And basically it shows you where you are. Let me zoom out. So you can use it as kind of like, see how it's like a map around with roads? And basically, you can actually report where police are, where other people. So if you approach it where the police are, it'll warn you. It'll verbally warn you and say, police report ahead. It's really cool. You can know where traffic is reported, roads are closed, if there's objects in the road, if there's accidents are the big things. We were coming back down the Florida Turnpike yesterday, and there was a sign over the overhead said the left lane was closed ahead. And I'm like, okay, they're doing construction. They have been doing it. Well, when we got closer, I saw on the mini map that there was actually accidents reported ahead. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So we got off that exit and took the back roads to our house versus having to go through all that traffic and then get stuck in a parking lot, on the turnpike. But let me tell you, this is worth its weight in gold, and it's free. It's absolutely free app. Highly recommended. Ways. I'm going to polish clean. You're going to have to get a rust remover, buddy. You're going to have to get a rust remover before you can do it, because you got to get down there and get the rust out of there. And then you need to protect the paint. That's a bad thing. Yeah, I knew Toys R Us was going out of business. It sucks because we always went to Babies R Us for my son. We always went to Babies R Us. So that kind of really sucks that they went out of business. And what's sad is that we were keeping up with this. We knew that they were having financial problems and they were talking about closing. We went to Babies R Us and said, oh, that's not going to be our store. That's going to be some other stores that are closing. And I'm like, you poor soul. You don't even know you're about to lose your job. And I felt bad because some of these people had been working there for the last 2 or 3 years before my son was born. We were doing baby shopping. And so, yeah, I felt bad for these people because I'm like, how do you not know they're going out of business? And it was so sad. Literally, they just built a brand new Toys R Us here in Kissimmee in December. It opened up last December and they already shut it down. And I guess now another big one is coming in. I can't remember what big company is coming in there to take its spot, but I was like, dude, that sucks. Brand new store. All those people lost their jobs. And then the poor people that said, oh, no, we're not going out of business. I'm like, you have no idea, bro. And it was bad because, they all, how many thousands and thousands of people across the United States and Canada, whatever, lost their jobs instantly like that overnight. That sucks, especially management people that are paying for their houses and mortgages because, these companies have been around for, I think, 50 or 60 years. Toys R Us was around for. Bad financial decisions. It'll cost you. It sucks. Hey, Betty. Old buddies, old pal. What's up, Gustavo? Do you keep quick detail or waterless wash in your car? No, as soon as I get home, I usually see it because most of the time my cars are in the garage. So I see it right away if it was to happen while I was at work. So as soon as I get home, that's when I usually do it. Y'all texting the house. That's because she's way over there. Cody, us rich people, Cody. Us rich people. It's just too far to walk. And when she's way over on that side of the house, that's how we communicate. We literally got home from the water park at Blizzard Beach today. Then we went to Walmart to pick up some supplies at Walmart in Lake Nona, the rich side of town, Cody, the rich side, Cody. And then we came right home. So she said she was going to take a shower, get ready for bed, finish up her patient notes from last week, and then she was going to bed. So that's how she does it. She texts before she's walking way over here. Cody, Cody's rich people. That's like navigation. No, you can definitely report it for navigation. You can use it for navigation. I've used it many times. Type in a place where you don't know exactly where it is. It'll give you turn-by-turn navigation. So it's navigation. Use it for know where the cops are. Use it to know where accidents are. Traffic, if traffic's bad. If roads are closed. If there's even objects in the roads. If there's cars in the road. You can report it or somebody's report it, and it will warn you. Waze is the best thing since sliced bread. It started, I think, in Israel. Then went everywhere in Europe, and now it's basically everywhere in America. I'll give you another fun one. So I was out last weekend, and we were on some backcountry roads in St. Cloud, Florida. I had the GTR. I was giving the guy with the 370Z. His dad is the head manager at Publix, which is like a shopping center. For you rich people, Cody, out there in New York, it's like Wegmans. Publix is like Wegmans, really high-end store. He's the head manager, head boss. And so we gave his dad a ride in the GTR. So I was like, let's take it on the back road. So we were on one of the back roads called Nolte Road. It's a 4-lane road. There's nobody out there. Well, we were coming up on it, and I looked on the mini map, and I was showing him, I was like, look, there's cops reported ahead. So I got back down to like a regular normal speed. We were doing like 45 back there and 45. Come around the bend, and there's a St. Cloud police officer right there. Not 10 seconds later, 20 seconds later, my friend, who's a police officer, wrote me and said, I spotted you. It was my friend. And so I wrote him back at the next stoplight. I'm like, yeah, Waze spotted you before I was even there. I was like, I knew you cop was there. He's out there trying to shoot radar looking for speeders out there. And I had already known, so I'd already slowed down. The funny thing is we took the turn, went down a half mile. There was nobody around. Came to a complete stop, put it in launch control, and launched it. Was doing like 120 miles an hour, 2 miles down the road from him. And he's like, dude, I just got here. I'm like, dude, it doesn't take long. There are so many people running ways. It does not take long. The problem is you're going to catch those people that aren't running ways or don't use the radar detector. But the smart people who are running the radar detector and who have ways, you don't have a chance in hell if you're more than 5 or 10 minutes. You are done. You're already going to be reported, and those people are going to outsmart you, and you're going to get the moron who just doing like just random 10 miles an hour over the speed limit. You're not going to get the true speeders. You're just never going to catch them because they've already are 2 steps ahead of you. Unless you just got there, it's crazy. As long as there's no police poo, you're never going to have them. But if you report the police, then that's one thing. Remember, it's the first person who passes them has to actually report it. So now everybody else is alerted poo. That's the way it works. So haven't been reported yet, then you will have to be the first person to hit report and report the police. Toys R Us is still in Canada. I heard that, but all of America's gone. So sad. You dig the shirt, dude. This is best movie ever. So you have cars, of course, in it. A cool car. You got time travel. Everything about that show is cool. I love Back to the Future. I was a sci-fi nut, but you get the cool car and the sci-fi. It's like, bam, winner, winner, chicken dinner. PUBG reference. People were saying that way before PUBG. Well, actually, Cody, we're going to get ourselves a little intercom, Cody, where we can just hit the button and be like, hello, hello, just for you, Cody. Just recently tried limitless waterless wash and thought it was, dude, it really is Itasca. Try their wash. If you haven't tried their car wash yet, it's stellar. It's amazing. The funny thing is he's just like Wax Gods. These are very small companies that are building up their name. They've only been around for like 3 or 4 years. And he told me all of the money he makes extra profit, he actually reinvests in there to buy more, materials, build he has to pay for storage unit. He works out of a big warehouse he has to rent. Then he has to buy the actual machines because he gets them literally the 55-gallon drums that come in from the factory, from the lab. And then he actually pump them himself and fill them up. So he literally, after work, he's a fighter. He said 55, 60 hours a week. He's a fighter. And then he actually has to work late night to actually get it out. And I guess his wife is the one that does all the shipping for him. And so it's kind of like a family company for them. So basically they invested into new pumping products, new stuff like that, and expand. And obviously the lab, if you want to do test samples and all that, you got to pay for all the stuff. So he said right now he's just investing in to make a bigger, more machines and stuff like that while his name's getting out. So because those stupid machines have got to be thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous. We had a brand new same club built in the house. Same club built in the house. Publix doesn't even compare with Megan's. Oh, dude. They're close. To me, they're close. I've been to upstate New York many times where Wegmans at, and they're head on. Again, we have another transplant from probably New York, Ryan? New York or New Jersey, Ryan? Come on, Ryan. You're in Orlando, obviously, since you know Windermere. Are you from New York or New Jersey? You know I'm right. I'm right. I think people don't know Waze. Dude, Waze is the best thing since sliced bread. It's free. It's free. I used it yesterday the whole time when we were on some of those back roads around Windermere and Winter Garden to see what road could connect with where, and if I could go down this road, if I could connect to this. It is amazing. Absolutely love it. Toys R Us wasn't bankrupt. They should rename GameStop to complete GameStop. Yeah, I don't know. I think GameStop's actually in talks with some company to buy them out as well because they're starting to have some problems at GameStop. That's why I set my cruise control to only 5. Yeah, 5 over, you will never get messed with. Was looking at the 370Z group in a GTR group in Jacksonville, Florida. They were all posting up Jacksonville's Twitch or Twitter actual thing was posting up. They were all on this main road, Jacksonville, Florida. It's called JTV, J. Turner Butler. It runs from I-95 in dead ends at the Jacksonville beach. And they were out there. They had like 15 cops out there, and they were giving out tickets left and right. And they were posting them up that how bad it was. They actually, it's funny enough that the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office actually took a screenshot of Waze showing all the cops reported saying, we're out here today. If you're doing 10 or more, you will be stopped. Get ready. And they were just telling it. It was so funny. They're actually mass posting it. And people were still getting pulled over left and right because people obviously don't run Waze, don't run radar detectors. And here the police are actually running Waze, and they took a snapshot of it and posted it on Twitter that they were running it. It was pretty funny. And still, because it's like, if you just had Waze, you would know the cops were there. Just go super slow through that section and then haul ass again. But, you know, it's like, it's free. I'm not expecting to buy a radar detector. Run the damn Waze app. You know what I mean? Oh, I used to game all the time, Ryan. Ever since I had my kid, it's kind of really significantly cut back. Now, I did pre-order Black Ops 4 because I really liked Black Ops. I'm really good at Black Ops 3, really good at Black Ops 2. I played Call of Duty ever since the first Call of Duty on PC back in, like, what, 2005, 2004? I'm old school, man. I have the original Nintendo in there. I have the Super Nintendo in there. I have the N64 in there. I've got the PlayStation 1 in there. I've got the PlayStation whatever in there. I have a crap load of stuff, man. Oh, you're from VA. Okay. See, no, maybe not. Originally moved from Florida 7 years ago. There you go. What is Publix and Wegmans? They're very high-end. I guess you would call them higher-end supermarkets. So if you've ever heard of, I guess, I don't know what you guys have. Some of the places out west have them, like Winn-Dixie, maybe Albertsons, Food Lion. You're talking, you know, there's some places up there like that you might have heard of, so you can kind of relate. But a very high-end, very classy, very spotlessly clean. Everything is to perfection. These are the people that are, let me walk you to your car, ma'am. Let me help you out, you know, deliver your groceries to your car. This is Publix, okay? You're not going to get that with all these other brands. You just don't have it. They're just a very high-end supermarkets. Is it true that I'm using a foam can and the car wash isn't too dirty? You could, but I would test it out. I've tested it out before. I've made a video of it, and it was still dirty. If you want to do a proper wash, use the foam can, and it gets off most of the heavy dirt and gone. But you're still going to have to come back with a mitt, and you will have to wash it down. What you're doing by using the foam can and then using the mitt is you're reducing the ability to instill swirls and scratches in your car's paint. That's why you use the foam can, because you want to really, really minimize the chances of you scratching, putting wash-induced swirls in your car's paint. I don't know what the Black Ops Pass is. You know, I just buy the season ticket because I got the hardened edition, and so I get all the free downloads, and that's what I normally do. To me, it's worth spending the $100 for the hardened edition or whatever, because the damn Game Pass alone are what, like $15-20 for each expansion. So it's like, okay, if it's, let's just say $15 and they have 4 expansions, do the math. How much that costs right there? That's $60. So it's $120. Where if you just buy the hardened edition, it's only like $90. It's like you're saving $30 overall. It's like, just get the hardened edition, you know, versus the regular one. Oh, man, Black Ops 2 was amazing, dude. I used to wreck kids. I mean, wreck kids. I was with an all-star team. We played literally every night for hours on end, where we would literally play all night and we would never lose. Never lose. I've ran into pro players and stuff like that that were pros at the time, not current pro players, and we would wax the floor with these kids. You know, obviously we're not playing there in a competition hall where they're at some tournament, but we're playing on just random online games, and we ran into like a couple of these online. We've ran into Team Optic and stuff. We have video footage. I have video footage of it. It just waxed the floor with them, and it's just like, damn, we're just that good at it. Now we're all getting old. We're old men now, so some of us obviously have kids and stuff like that. But those were good days, man. Those were really good days. I loved Call of Duties back in the day. Publix is a sub shop. Have you ever heard of the T-Bag song? I don't remember that one. No, I just remember Modern Warfare 2 was the best ever. Oh my God. You could just go to noob tubes and they would play one-man army and just keep pulling out noob tubes or claymores. Oh, it was just ridiculous, man. It was wild. The good games, man. All those nostalgia days back in the day when we were younger men. You should get paid by Waze for sponsoring them. I just downloaded it. Oh my God, Brad. You're going to save just every time you're in your car driving, hit the thing and run it. I would say 90% of the cops that are on any highway or interstate, and even in the town, I'd say, especially but the interstate and highways in any just general major city, are already spotted. 90% of the cops, even whether you have a radar detector or not. The other 10% probably just got there, and they just somebody hasn't reported them yet on Waze. It's amazing, guys. You have no idea. Anytime you see so I usually look at the little mini map while I'm driving and look down once in a while and just kind of look at it. Or if you put it up by your phone, by your window, and you can usually see the mini map's shows about 6 miles of distance. So you see the little mini icon there. The police are up there. And then once you get, I think it's within a half mile, it starts warning you. It verbally warns you. It says, police reported ahead. Police reported ahead. And that's when you go ahead and get on the brakes and slow down. That's essentially what happened today. I was on Osceola Parkway about to go over Interstate 4, and it went, police reported ahead, and I got down to like right at 50 miles an hour. Right as I went over the top and I was starting to come down, laser started going off on my radar detector. I was hit by laser, and I was like, and then whoa, right behind me, I'm coming on off 5-4. Boom, that cop pulled out and got him. I was like, thank you, Waze, thank you. Have you tried P&S bead maker? No, I haven't, Matthew. I've never heard of that, buddy. It's nice to chat in the social with the people you play, dude. I think that's half the fun with games like that. For me, it was always the social aspect of it, because you really got to meet a lot. It's like a lot of you guys now. I've talked to you guys for so many weeks now. We've communicated. A lot of the same guys, subscribers, come in these channels, and we talk all the time. And you really start to get to know people. And I think that, to me, is why games were so fun, especially when it came online, because you really got to know. As a matter of fact, I'll give you guys another story. I've been to Germany 7 times now. You know, the very first time I went to Germany, I went with a friend. But I was, for a long time, I was playing a PC game called Delta Force 2. We're talking way back. We're talking like 99, guys, for showing my age here. This was 1999. I was playing Delta Force 2. And I got in really good with these German team. And we talked all the time because I worked evenings, as you guys know. So, of course, the time difference, I'd always play with the German guys. And I really got to know them really well. Well, they said, if you ever come to Germany, we'll have a meetup. And they did. I took the train, and I've never been to Germany. So I took the train from Munich, Germany, up to Cologne, Germany. And Northwest Germany. And I've never been on a train, never did any of that kind of stuff. And it was like all new to me. I showed up there. They met me at the train. We ended up the next day or two, we had a big meeting. There was like 10 of us from all over Germany. All these people that are in their team all showed up. We went out to eat. We had a big group get together party. Went out to I think it was like a bar or something like that. It was a lot of fun. And that was, and then every year after that, I actually flew directly to Cologne, and I would stay with them and their families in their houses in Germany. So I always stayed with German people. And without the social aspect of that, getting to play online, I would have never had the opportunity to go to Europe and do that. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, I've met so many cool people, and now I have so many people on Facebook that I've known for years from playing video games. So you're right. It's the social aspect. World of Warcraft, I was the biggest sucker in that game. I played for hours and hours every day, but I've met a lot of people because of it. And I still know them on Facebook. Well, I maybe don't play the game anymore, but I still know them, and I always say happy birthday. We talk once in a great while. And that's just what happens. Once you have that friendship, you guys can always hang and are cool together, because how many hours every day did you spend together on their chat? And so it was a good time. Just like I know a lot of you guys now, and I'm really starting to get to know y'all. More like Marlon Theory and say Ghost wasn't that bad. Ghost was terrible. You're messed up, Justin. You're messed up. Haven't played any Call of Duty. Yeah, Black Ops 3 was a lot of fun. Should remember Captain Price. Yeah, you know what? Since you guys are being all nostalgia with me right now, I'll break out in what I have right now. Let me show you what I have here. So this is where I keep my video games, just to the right of me. So, of course, we always have a good one. Black Ops 3. Absolute have to have that one. That's a good one for you. You guys remember Infinite Warfare. I didn't give a crap about Infinite Warfare. All I did is buy it for the Modern Warfare Remastered. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. Of course, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Gotta have it, right, guys? I have it for a PC and I have it for Xbox. Here you go, Justin. Hardened Edition, Modern Warfare 3. I've got it for you, brother. I've got it for you. You see, I'm telling you, I'm a gamer. I played for years. Before I had my son, that's all I would do at night. Ghost is a garbage game, but I get the Hardened Edition, so I get the free download. So again, I have it for Ghost. One of the biggest games ever. I had it for PC, obviously. I did Call of Duty 2. This was on PC years before it was ever on any Xbox. Amazing World War II shooter. But I've got so much in here. There's just stacks and stacks and stacks of those Call of Duty's original ones all the way back. So I've been playing for years, brother. I can feel you. I'm bringing out back those good times, guys. Those good times. All those nostalgia that we talk about. Put everything back away because it's kind of literally have stacks. Like, look, I mean, Black Ops 2. I mean, you see what I'm saying? We can go for days, guys. We can go for days. Hold on. No, I thought my wife texted me again, Cody. I'm sorry. It was a private message on Instagram. You know, titty shots. Does Waze alert you if a cop is in your path? Yes, it does, Adam. As long as you are on that road, I think it's within a half mile or so, it will start verbally warning you that police are reported ahead. But only on it will verbally warn you only if you're traveling in that direction where the police will report ahead of you, Adam. Just letting you know. Do you hate camper? If you know, yeah, campers suck, especially if they're just camping in one corner. And the ones that are the worst are the ones that aren't playing the objective. So let's just say we're playing capture the flag, we're doing, I don't know, whatever, that kind of objective gameplay, search and destroy, kill confirmed, and they just sit in the corner and they never play the objective. They don't ever do anything. And here you are busting your tail for the team. So make sure that my team wins no matter what. You know, we're winners and we're going to go for that win. I don't care what we have to do. We sacrifice ourselves. But the dudes just never win. You see, they never try and get the bomb. They never try and get any kill confirms. They never do anything like that. Capture the flags. They don't do anything. Just sit there. And maybe they want to snipe, or they just lay back and they don't do anything the whole game. And they're like, "Yay, I got 10 sniper kills," and you're like, "Wow, I've got 50 kills, period, dickhead, and I've got 5 capture the flags." You know, and you're like, "You didn't do jack shit. You just took up a spot." Yeah, so yeah, I hate the campers. It's funny we're going off these random video game tangents, but it's okay, guys. As long as you're okay with it, we can get into them. I just bought Meguiar's Liquid Ultra Wax. You won't have any problem with that. It's a lot easier to get off than their standard waxes. CJ should have fun. Just bought Turtle Wax wheel and tire cleaner. That's actually a pretty solid one. I'd give it a solid B plus right there, Parmalat, for sure. Maybe not the most aggressive one like an Eagle One A to Z that I like, or the new Meguiar's Ultimate, which is really good, but a solid B to B plus. That's why, you know. And then I try and be fair with them. Like, Turtle Wax is one of the companies that always sends me free products every year to test, but that doesn't mean I'm going to give them the free A for the heck of it. You guys understand that, and I hope you guys have seen that. Have you ever played Warrock or RuneScape? No, I was already much older than that, Pooh. Remember, Pooh, I'm 38 years old. I was playing World of Warcraft since it first came out, and I played it all the way through Wrath of the Lich King expansion. If you guys follow along with video games, you know what I mean. Yes, PS4. Yeah, I have my PS4, the white PS4 Pro right there. You guys remember I got it when my black one went bad. I have my Xbox One over here, and of course, I'm on my gaming PC right now. Do you like World at War? It was okay. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. What do you like about the futuristic setting? I like current warfare setting, current or World War II. I'm not into the whole jetpacks. I'm not into the whole jumping around. I'm good at it. I'm fine at it, but I just thought they got away from what they were good at. They were amazing, like at World War II games. Their #1 selling game ever was Modern Warfare 2, obviously set in current modern settings. Those are what the best was. No more jumping, no more flying through the air, no more running up the walls. You literally just running up and down the streets and just shooting each other. That's what the best part was. My boy's downstairs. My wife's is doing her paperwork because she has to do, the patient notes. Like, so you guys, when you go into the doctor, you cough, cold, whatever you need. Well, obviously she has to type up the note. Well, now when she gets home, that's when she actually does it. She does your report for when she saw you that day. So she has the basics already in there, obviously, from when she saw you, but then she has to type up the report to get submitted so that they can get paid. So the way it works for at least at her office is she has to report it and she has to fill it in, like turn it in electronically, obviously through the computer. She has to put your your records in there in the record system, and then her company will then just go over it one time just to make sure it's all right, and then they submit it to the insurance company for billing. So if she doesn't actually submit it, she doesn't get paid. That's the way it works. So she has to knock out all the paperwork and try and keep up with it the best she can. She can be a day or two behind, but you guys understand if she doesn't do the paperwork for seeing you, she doesn't get paid. She doesn't get paid for seeing you overall, because obviously it has to get billed to the insurance company. That's the way it works being a doctor. On the team, a bullet sponge, it runs out. As long as you're pushing the team forward and you die a lot, but maybe you're running the flags, you're doing that, that's all that matters. As long as you're capping the flags and you die 50 times, but your team wins, in the end, it's all that matters. Once you get to good dang teams that are actually a pre-made team against another pre-made team, and they actually have their act together, you're going to see a lot of people dying, a lot. So now it's just about working together to die to get that to the other side of the flag, or do a search and destroy if they have their act together. You know what I mean? What do you remember about Wolfenstein? I really didn't play it too much, Aaron. Honestly, Aaron, I didn't play it too much. Like I said, by the time my first PC games were like your Delta Force games back in the end of the 90s. And then what else did I play? I remember playing Battlefield 1942 when it first came out. I remember playing Medal of Honor, the very first Medal of Honor. And then I was heavy into Call of Duty. I played like 3 different Delta Force games. Then I was really heavy into Call of Duty 1. Call of Duty 2, I was ridiculous. At the end, about halfway through towards the end of Call of Duty 2 is when World of Warcraft came out. So all my team, literally I had a team I was on, they all left and started playing Call of Duty. I'm like, where the hell are you guys at? They're like, oh, man, we're playing World of Warcraft. I'm like, what? What is that? And they're like, you need to look it up. It just came out, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. You've never played a game like it. I'm like, what is it? They're like, just shut up and go buy it. So I watched a couple of reviews on it back before. I think that was even before YouTube started. So I had to watch some like just basic whatever website reviews of it. And I'm like, ooh, this kind of looks cool. And that was the first time I've ever been to like an open world thing where you're like, what the crap? They're like, oh, yeah, all these hundreds of people running around. Those are all real people. And up until that point, other than maybe like a 5-on-5 or a 10-on-10, I'd never been in a game that's seen, you're seeing hundreds of thousands of real life people that are running around. That was mind blowing. So then by then I was sucked into it, and I really just kind of took a cool chill pill on Call of Duty for a while there. Are you gonna try some Zymo Foam Friday? I don't even have any Zymo car wash left. It was that good, Dalton. What's up, Austin? How you doing, buddy? After killing players, do you ever teabagging? If they basically talked a lot of trash and they trolled you the whole time and you were like, you have no idea what you're into and you're going to get wrecked, and they're like, man, you'll know, then yeah, you'd mess with them the whole time. And then it just turned into more of a shit talking fest. You guys all know what I'm talking about, where you're like, they come in there and talking all that shit and you're just like, guys, you're going to get, you better get ready. And they're like, man, you only got nothing. You guys know the ones I'm talking about. And then you get in, you're like, dude, you're going to get wrecked. You just stop. You're like, and then you just keep going. You're like, okay. And then you go in there and you like literally rip the floor with them. That's when you have fun. You start going off on them. And then most of the time, then they would start rage quitting and they'd quit out. So then it was funny. We'd actually, because I would always screen cap all the gameplay and then I'd upload it. So it was a lot of fun. You get all those little clips of people. And I have a lot of my friends that would literally make videos when YouTube was still new or still somewhat new. And then they would make the clips of these people just crying and rage quitting out and making fun of them. It was pretty great. Yeah, it's about so serious on setup. Yeah, that's all you're doing is running up and down the streets, man. It's a good time. Can you do another tour of all the detailing products in your garage? I can work on it, but since then, guys know I have the walk-in closet down there underneath the staircase. That's where a lot of my products are now. They're all in boxes. So let's say you guys know I buy a lot of Chemical Guys products to try out. They've never sent me any of their products. So I've probably got like, 30, 40 of their products. So I take the box and I just stack them. I put them all back in there and I label it Chemical Guys, and then I just shove it back in the shelves. So that's what a lot of my stuff looks like now. A lot of it's boxed up in there. What do you think about the new Battlefield 5? I don't know. I only played a little bit of Battlefield. I guess I like the close-in combat a lot more than the big, far-off maps. You know what I mean by that? I like the way Call of Duty was always tight-knit maps. Get it over, get in fast, not just camp out and wait for some snipe from halfway across the map where you can't even see them. I like the fast, quick gameplays. That's my own personal thing. Far Cry. I remember the original Far Cry was pretty good and all that stuff. But I haven't played any of the newer ones. I heard the newer one. It was amazing. But once you have a kid, guys, and you're still working and then you have a YouTube channel, my YouTube channel almost has turned into I wouldn't say a part-time job, but you get the idea, where you have to spend a certain amount of hours a week just washing the cars. And then you have to make the videos for you guys. And then you have to upload them, all that kind of stuff. And so a lot of my free time is really kind of gone. So as soon as I get home every night, I always respond to your comments and I always write back if anybody has any questions and stuff like that. That's what I try and do. So and then maybe I'll edit the video at night for you guys, make a quick edit of it so I can just kind of like put it up for you guys. And that's generally what it comes down to. So understand, like, YouTubing is fun, but after a certain while, it starts to turn into a job. So if you guys ever decide to start your own YouTube channel and you get really successful, you'll understand what I mean. It's a lot of fun, and some of those guys make a lot of money, but some of those guys complain about how they lost their life because it's literally nothing more than a job anymore. Just bought an electric pressure washer, Sunjoe, on Amazon and Honeydew Foam. Are you going to review the budget-friendly pressure washer? No, probably not, Brad, because I don't need to spend that kind of money. And two, what would I do with a bunch of pressure washers? You know what I mean? Sorry, I can just give them back. I'm stuck with them once I have them. It's better to marry a doctor. You know, everything comes with its own things, guys, and you all need to understand that. I mean, you know, you marry somebody that's there, well, then, you know, it can be very opinionated and stuff like that too. So you need to understand that. You know, you might have somebody that once they make that, you know, you might want to suggest something as a guy, and then they say, no, I don't think so. It's not the way it's going to go. It's my rules. Just like if a man's making all the money and the woman doesn't work, well, the man's going to be a lot more bossy, as you guys would understand. For most of you guys, I'm sure in here are men, and you know, maybe you want that girl to do what you want her to do at all times. It's a whole, you know, that's just basically the way it goes. It's just a reverse situation now. It's more of a suggestion now. You know what I mean? Because it'll be like, no. You do that. And basically you guys, I need to understand that's just the way it really goes. And so if you're the one that's making bank and you marry somebody that doesn't, you maybe have a little more power over her or him, whatever it is, vice versa. Do you like games like Total War? I never played any Total War. Looking to pick up 2001 Prelude 5-speed. Oh, yeah, you should have a lot of fun with those. I love my 5-speed conversion. It runs great. I drive it every day to work now. It's nice shifting through the gears again versus just being an automatic. Now, sometimes I will admit, though, I do get lazy, and I just want to throw it in automatic. And obviously, with a stick shift, you can't. But I noticed when I was driving my GTR the other day when I took them for a ride, and I was just like, I didn't have to shift or anything. It was just like, you know, just put it in drive, and I was just like this driving around town. I didn't have to shift, and sometimes that is nice. But at the same time, it is fun being able to shift. I will tell you that. It gives you that just a little bit more action, like you're involved in driving the car versus just slap it in auto and go. You know what I mean? Kids COD players have gone to Fortnite and PUBG. I wouldn't doubt it. I played PUBG for a little while with my friends. It's fun. We would win a couple chicken dinners a night as a team. But at the same time, it can be a little boring, especially if you die early in the game. It kind of sucks, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And you're like, your team's still alive for the next 20 minutes, or you're like, oh my God, you know, you're either watching them, or what a lot of guys do, they would drop out and just play a quick single round of PUBG by themselves. And they just drop hot. You guys know what I'm talking about. And then they would just shoot it up as fast as they can. And, you know, if they die, they died. It was no big deal. They weren't going for the win really necessarily. I tried it today as a clay bar lube. Works amazing. It smells amazing. It's slick too. I'd send you some, but the shipping would probably be $30. Okay, $30. Oh. Shh. Don't look at him. Don't acknowledge him. Don't acknowledge him. Don't do it. Don't do it. He sees you. Great. Now he sees you guys. Great. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Here. You want a pretzel? This is why I don't play that much games anymore. Any product advice on black cars? Ryan, most black cars are like any other cars. You've just got to try your darndest to not have any wash-induced swirls in it, because swirls and scratches show up like this on a black car. You just got to treat things like kid gloves, you know, like 2-bucket method. Okay, this mitt's like 4 or 5 months old. Let's get a new mitt. You know, you really have to take it to the extreme on a black car to make it look, because when they look good, but they also show scratches and swirls like no other car. It was funny when you walked out the closet in the one of your little thing. Yeah, you know, just got to come out of the closet, Ricky. It's okay, Ricky. It's totally fine. He's just, you know, what do they call it? He's my protection, or whatever you want to call it. So, you know, I can say that I'm a straight man, you know. Ever tried throwing knife across the map? Oh, those were the good old time days, Panda. We would do it all the time, Panda. And if you knew right where to stand on some of them, you could throw the map off the break, you know, if both you guys would start, and you could hit somebody. If they just happen to be running across that section of road, and you knew exactly where to throw it every time, you could hit it, and would come across and hit them every time. Oh, listen, I'm on a live stream. Do you want to talk to your people? He got a haircut at Walt Disney World today, by the way, guys. Take it. What do you want another one? Well, damn, look how demanding. You see that? He pointed to it, and then he pointed over to the table like, put me some pretzels on this table. You want another one? Here. See? Damn, he's demanding, isn't he? Demanding, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Kevin? How you doing, buddy? Are you ever going to play OGR again? Hey, what's up, War Master? Dude, it's been forever. So this is one of the guys I play Call of Duty with. We're talking about, I don't know how we got on this Call of Duty tangent and everything. We're talking, I've known War Master probably, 7 years now, maybe longer. Dude, we go way back, way back. So he's one of the guys from way back. It's crazy. He just happened to pop in. You may see me on YouTube. I'm thinking about becoming a YouTuber as a hobby, so we're going to progress it. It's a lot of time, and I'm telling you, Aaron, it's a lot of time. You've got to get noticed. You got to pump videos out. You just got to be recognized. You know what I mean? And he takes up a lot of my time now. Am I late? Hey, man. Hey, Lewis, welcome to the party, man. Multiplayer on Conker's Bad Fur Day was, oh, dude, I remember. Dude, you guys remember the Nintendo 64? Good days, man. Donkey Kong Country, Mario Kart for sure. Those were the days, man. GoldenEye 64 and Mario 64. Amazing. Mario 64 was the very first game I'd ever been in, like a 3D world where you could just walk wherever you wanted to go. That was the great time. Zymel. Yeah, I can find it. I just have to shop around at some of the stores to actually get it. How do you make a white car and lighter color shine? A good wax. A good wax is all it takes, man. Let's see. You can only choose one. Tater tots or French fries? Tater tots, for sure. Hey, Chad, since you live in Florida, do any of your cars get bad water spots? No. Lewis, the way I bottle those is I keep the car washed. And I'll give you an example how I do it, Lewis. So what I do is, let's say I wash the hood. So then I water it down. You guys would understand this kind of technique. Well, now let's say I want to do the panels on the side of the car, right? So now I wash let's say a panel or two on the side of the car. Now I wash the soap off those two panels, but then I go back and water down the hood. And I basically do that technique where I always come back and respray the car every single time I go through another panel. By doing that, I keep the car cool, I keep the car wet, and it never has a chance to dry, and I don't have to worry about spots. That's my technique. I use it every single time, and I never have to worry about it because the car is constantly wet, it's constantly cool. Even in direct sunlight, I never have to worry about sunspots that way. Seriously, I just keep it wet nonstop. I just keep spraying the entire car down. Do you wash and wax soaps really work? Very, very thin amount of wax and protection. Not a true wax job. Very thin. If you're just going to do it, just get them like Meguiar's Gold Class. It doesn't have the wax in it, and just wax it or put a good seal on it and be done with it. Because of the formula in it, you're not going to get near as much suds in it. The suds don't really last that long. And we're talking a very light layer. You might as well just use a spray wax at the drying process, seriously. And you'll get just as good results versus using a wash and wax. You probably actually get better results. Or using any type of spray wax, really, seriously. That's so good. Try. Do you need a clay? Yes, because you have no idea how long that thing has been sitting on the lot. You have no idea how it was transported. Rail dust is a big thing that gets embedded in your paint. So if the car has been shipped by rail down to where you live, and then it was taken by truck, you might get contaminants, fallout. How long did it sit on the lot before you bought the car? You always need to clay it, for sure. A new car will still have stuff on it, guys. It could have been sitting in the lot for 6 months for all you know. You always need to clay it. Yeah, Cody. So Disney World has a barbershop called Harmony Barbershop. It's right there, entrance to Disney World, right to your left over here once you enter Disney World. And you can have your hair cut there, okay? They're regular beauticians and stuff like that. They're just working for Disney World. And you can go get your hair done there. They'll put the pixie dust stuff in your hair that has like glitter in it. It's pretty crazy. You can do a full haircut, everything you want. They do everything there because they're regular stylists and beauticians, just like you get any other hair shop, except they work for Disney. Like they still have their little license and then Florida license that they're certified to cut hair. It's all there. It's just the way it goes. He's actually in a couple of months here, when I was talking about I'm going to Quebec and then we're going to like Nova Scotia, Halifax and stuff. We're actually taking a Disney cruise. We're going to Disney Magic. So that'll be a lot of fun. They're having a Halloween at sea. So basically you can trick or treat all through the ship at certain points of the ship. and they give out all kinds of candy. And it's going to be on the ship that week where the ship they're going to have a Halloween night where you can actually trick or treat at Halloween. Is that good? Yes, it is. Having a kid is great. By the way, he like grew like an inch or two. Like I was like, dude, you get a little bit tall, and I measured him. I'm like, dude, you put on like an inch and a half in the last couple of weeks. I don't know. He had a growth spurt over the last month or so. It's crazy. Haircut Disney. No, it's actually cheap. It was $18. All they charge is $18 for a haircut. I mean, that's a couple dollars more than a regular haircut, and you're at Disney. So that's pretty crazy. Hello from North Carolina. What's up, Robert? Robert Hill, you have a familiar name. You didn't happen to live in Florida, did you? Damn, that name looks really familiar. Really familiar. And the person I know lives in North Carolina. Amazon Prime, though, that's what she did. Throw a pretzel in the air and catch it with your mouth. I'm not a hoe, okay? I'm not a hoe. You got to put some money in the slot below if you want me to throw things and catch them in my mouth. Go ahead, hit that donation button, Cody, and then I'll throw things and catch it in my mouth, okay? What are you doing? What are you doing? He has a toothbrush, one of his toothbrushes. He has it in my shirt right now. What are you doing? There are 2017 Camaros that have been on the lot for 2 years. Ouch, Justin, ouch. And that's what I'm trying to say to all these people. You have no idea how long it's been sitting on the lot. You always want to clay bar. Guess who's back? Shady? Is Shady back? He was talking about rain, Chad. Oh, rain spots. I don't really have that much of an issue, honestly. It rains all the time here. You guys know it, especially in the summer. I don't get rain spots. If they're there, they wash right off. You just don't want to let them sit there. Most of those water spots you get sometimes are with your hose. If you let it sit too long, because the hose is coming out of like either well water, let's say if you have a well, or two, it's coming out of city water where it's been treated. So you get those contaminants and stuff in there, or not contaminants. You guys know what I mean, for the cleaning agents. And that's what sits on there. You get those buildup on your car. No, he says just a few words, and that's about it. Like yes, no, and stuff like that. Lex. My wife actually talked to a pediatrician just the other day. And my wife, of course, being a doctor and talking to another doctor, said, explain the situation with my son. And she says what she sees sometimes, a lot of times actually, with these kids that don't talk to their later, let's say 2, 3 years old or whatever, are usually very smart when it comes. I don't know why. She said it's just one of the things that they have found in the pediatrician thing is that these kids that wait forever to talk usually are the kids that are like going to be geniuses and they're like very smart. What? What do you want? What do you want, fat boy? Maybe I don't want you up here. Did you pay the toll to get up here? Where's my money? I tell Cody the same thing. Where's my money? You ain't getting up here unless you pay me. See? Nope. You ain't getting up here. That's right. So maybe he'll be a genius, like I said, and we'll see what happens. I didn't talk till I was well past 2 years old either, and I got straight A's in school. I never struggled in school, so we'll see. He already knows his shapes. He knows a lot of the colors already. He knows he's starting to get all the numbers down. Like that's why that's out there. If you say like, can you bring me number 2? He'll go and bring you number 2. And he'll say, hey, can you give me that blue thing? Well, he'll hand it to you. So he won't talk, but he'll bring it to you. He knows what he's doing. So maybe, I mean, can't hurt. How old is he? He's 2 years and 3 months. Dude, we went to PEI before I went to Kuwait. If you ever get a chance to go to Prince Edward Island, we'll be very close, Warmaster. We'll be actually going right by it. The cruise starts in Quebec, then it goes up the St. Lawrence Seaway, and then it stops a couple of places there in Quebec. Calm down. Stop. That's not. Stop. Yeah, I got you now. Crazy boy. Yeah, we'll actually be stopping in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Nathan, seriously. Whoa, you all right? Come here. He walked back and he just, when I moved my hand, he just let go. Sorry, buddy. You got to pay attention to what you're doing. Have you tried Chemical Glass Citrus Wash and Gloss? The one you buy at Walmart. Yeah, I tried it. It's pretty watered down in a bucket, but it's really good in a foam can, and I will tell you that. What should I play for a haircut? It's $25. Yeah, that is a lot of money. You wouldn't pay that much. What is tar and paint? Tar and paint. What do you mean by that? Like tar is you get the road tar from your the road. Listen, buddy. What do you want? No, I'm on a live stream. Here's what happens, guys. You want to learn what happens when you don't do what they want to do? Then they start screaming and stuff like that. What happened to McGuire's on phone Friday? As I said, so my hose broke on Friday. So I was doing the video with the 303, and you know how the hose, like sometimes it gets old after a while, it out the top. It was just spraying the water everywhere. So I was like, crap, I have no hose. I gotta go buy a hose, right? And because I was gonna make a video for you guys, obviously for Friday's video. And then I realized I couldn't get the damn hose off, so I had to go buy a C-clamp tool just to get it off. For some reason, it had been on there for about 2 years. And the thing had like turned into concrete. I couldn't get the damn thing off. So I just bought a wrench and I bought a high-end no kink hose, and I was like, whatever. So I didn't get it out on time. I do apologize. That's the only thing that happened. Child abuse. Yes. You abused me. You abused me when you fell down. That's what you did. Can you try Barrett Jackson car wash in the foam cannon? Yeah, I don't know if I have that much left to try in the foam cannon, honestly, because they don't make Barrett Jackson anymore. Do you think that when Nathan will grow up, you'll let him review the product? If he wants, I mean, you've seen him in a couple of videos. He'll be out there with me running around, but that's about it. Cody was very active until he asked to donate. Yeah, that's the way Cody is. As soon as you say, all right, well, you want to do this and do that, and they're like, oh, bye. And they just leave. You know what I mean? That's the way it goes. Now I need like one of those like Racer X seats or whatever they are. So we need to get like a donation hooked up for the thing, because this damn chair is falling apart. I've had it for like 5 years. It's literally, I mean, the pads are still there, but the damn, like, I just want to call it fake leather or whatever, it's all wearing off. It sucks. No back airbag. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's funny because he was laying against my hand and I was spinning this way, so he was walking with me, and then once I took my hand back, I guess he was holding on to my hand, and he just lost it. And he just walked straight back and he just fell over. So I did old view. Does it have a nice scent? I don't remember it having a nice scent, Ryan. I just don't remember it having a nice scent. Best tire dressing. Oh, there's so many. I get these products all the time. McGuire's Ultimate Tire Gel, Chemical Guys VRP, Masterson's Trim and Tire Shine. I love Gurriel's Garage Tire Shine. I like Adam's Tire Shine was pretty good. Solid one for you. Mother's new Speed 2.0 Shine. It's a wet shine, but it's really good. Yeah, some Speed 2.0, and then McGuire's NXT is a nice wet tire shine. That just depends on what kind of thing you want. Yes, Dalton, that is the truth, brother. That is, or no. The other way, Dalton, it's like this. Don't talk to me right now. Don't talk to me, Nate. Dalton, that's the way it is, Dalton. If you want to know how it is, that's how it is. They scream a divorce too. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, CJ, if you've had to go through it, man. That it really sucks, man. I've heard about it. I've seen so many guys at work go through it. They get taken to the ringer. I mean, literally everything, because they're the one making all the money all day long. The wife stays home and takes care of the kids or whatever and does it. And because of that, she gets half of his paycheck every single week. Half. It's ridiculous. Some of these guys that I know, they're making $80,000 or more a year, maybe $90,000 or more, literally working their life away to make good money for here in Florida. They just bust their tail all day long. They don't get home until 10, 11 o'clock every night. And these girls, they find out that these guys are making that kind of money. And it's like within the first year, they get pregnant of marriage, right? 3 or 4 years later, they get a divorce. These girls know what they are doing when they have 2 kids. They're like, that 2 kids is like, $2,000 a month. Child support. Oh, I need that money. So who's going to take care of it? And you better go find your own house. I've got to stay in this house that you bought already before we were married. I got to stay in this house. I've seen it happen so many times. It's so sad. And I see it, but these guys just don't listen. And so bad. Zano is pretty good. No, I'm not eating Pringles. It's rolled gold, the tiny twists. It's the cheddar, so they're cheddar flavored. My wife wanted them. And then my son saw them, and he brought me, he goes, he'll bring the bag like this. He's like, like this. And so, of course, he wants the things. And I give him one, he'll be like, ooh. So you're streaming, dude, come by anytime, Warmaster. I understand that you're busy. I think he plays one of these games, but I think he has kids too. What? No, Daddy's playing right now. Oh, pretty good gamer guy. Hold on. So you got this little zip backpack here for Black Ops 4 when you pre-ordered it. So, just letting you guys see. Using clay bar, it's like silly putty. I don't know if it's like a clay bar, like silly putty, but it's definitely it's kind of like a rubbery, especially the different ones now. It's definitely a lot tougher than silly putty. Listen, I'm in the middle of doing a live stream. Maybe I don't want to play with the truck right now. Maybe I want to throw your truck over the wall. Can I throw your truck over the wall? Yes. He said yes, I can throw his truck over the wall. All right. Goes. So the stairs right over here, and there's like a ledge and a wall. I can just throw everything over down the stairs. So sometimes I'll like grab something, I'll just throw it over there, and it goes down the stairs, and he runs over and gets it. No. What do you mean no? Show me where the tires are. Where's the tire? Yeah, that's right. That's right. See, he knows it. He won't talk, but he knows what he's talking about. See? Good boy. That's the wheels and tires. Good job. See? Where's the orange part of the truck? Where's the orange part? Where's the orange part? You're right. I didn't see it. I said, where's the orange part? See? He pointed to it. See, he knows it, but he just doesn't want to talk. It's crazy. Still haven't the Z guy yet. Maybe different. What? Oh, I don't know. Maybe a lot of people like that. I block as fast as I can, or I put them in timeout. People, the trolls to come by. Will products be okay if they are sun all day? I'd watch it on the wax. It'll make it a pain in the ass to get it off if it's in the sun all day long. I'll tell you that right now. You want to probably do waxing and stuff like that either in the garage or during the evening while it's starting to be cooled off. It'll be a pain otherwise. Can you tell me if I can just clay bar my car? Has been neglected. Feels like Iron X will help get out some of those iron contaminants and stuff like that, but a clay bar is going to get out the majority of all the contaminants you're ever going to need. Like a clay bar is the perfect first step after the wash before you begin a paint correction or before you're going to apply a wax or something. You definitely want a clay bar every time I plan to wax or put sealant on my car. I always clay bar every single time. I have a good dog now. All good. Have you tried the Detail Factory brushes? I have not. The two brushes I use for the wheels are sold at Auto Geek. They're from Daytona. They're Daytona Speed Master brushes. It's funny because they're based in Daytona. Go figure. The company is, but they're excellent. I love them. You've seen all my wheel cleaning videos. That's what they are. Daytona Speed brushes. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Daddy. What? You stink. You know you stink. You stink. Did you poop? Did you poop? No? You're going to try and deny the question, aren't you? I think you stink. I think you need a diaper. You stink. Does the wax then spray wax stack? Well, here's what I see a lot of the pros will recommend. That I see a lot of companies recommend as well. So apply a regular hand wax to it first, or machine wax, however you want to do it. And then once a month, use a spray wax to give it a little bit of that booster to extend the life of the wax that's already on there. That's the best way to do it. You spray it just once a month, it should be fine. Maybe twice a month if you really want to give it that extra pop. But there's no reason to do it more than that. But just you're using it in addition as a supplement to like a regular full-on wax. I just went to the Coke Daytona 400. Oh, there you go. Man, they've really built up the Daytona Speedway. Every time I go by there, when I'm on 95 next week, we're going to Jacksonville, Florida for my wife's 20th high school reunion up in Jacksonville. Man, their decks just go higher and higher and higher like this. I'm like, how do you even see the cars? They like this going by now. You know what I mean? Every time I see a game I try, it looks like nothing real time. That's typical. Chad, you got to try 2 for $26 on Amazon. I don't know. I mean, I have so many brushes, man. It'd be kind of hard wasting my money. And how many people are going to buy brushes? That's the hard thing. I haven't tried the Terminator yet. I can't wait to try it. I just haven't tried. I know exactly what you're talking about. Sorry I have to get to bed. Through a good night. Enjoy your night, band player. Thanks for stopping by. You should try Max Shine 15 millimeter, 21 millimeter polished. Is knock up. Again, Aaron, I don't want to spend hundreds of dollars for products to try them out one time and then shelf them. I mean, you know, one polisher is all I really need. That's about it. What are you doing? I put the truck on his head. It's actually on his head. I have the truck on his head. Sorry, I have to get to bed. Have a good night, morning. Enjoy the night, man. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, you should usually, what I do with the wax, just curious. I just noticed the ice spray wax builds up over time. I use it. Then the best way to do is strip it down. Get some of the, if you like turtle wax stuff, get turtle wax's max power. Use as the highest level, strip it down, then re-wax your car again. But if you start seeing a lot of buildup and stuff, strip the wax. Start from scratch again. You can put a nice layer of wax on there, and then you can go back to normal again. But that's the best way to do it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Would you watch your head? You can't be jumping. He's hitting underneath the desk right now. He's standing underneath the desk and jumping up and down. He keeps hitting his head. Child abuse. I made him do that. It's funny. What's up, Chris? I see your thumb up in here. Up in here. Up in here. What time? How long? Damn, we've been on 2 hours and 15 minutes. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. I know it's just a little bit of a slow night tonight. Maybe we don't have 60 people on, but I appreciate you guys stopping by. What happened with the company that used your son's laugh? They took the video down. They actually removed the video. It was pretty funny. Like, you can't find it. It's one of those daily morning vlog things. They took the video down. It's pretty funny how they, because I told him, I said, I never gave you permission. The lady wrote back, she's like, I thought you gave me. I said, I never told you had permission to use this video. And I said, I want money from it. We'll only give you a certain amount. I said, I want this much money. You just use my son's thing. And I said, you just settle. We'll settle, and you just pay me right now. And they just said, well, we're going to remove the video. And I said, okay, that's fine. And they pulled the video down. But that's basically what went on. It was pretty funny. They're like, "Want to give this much?" I said, "I can make this much off of video right now if it goes viral." I said, "So pay up this much, and I'll let you use the rights to my video, and you can have it." And they said no, and they automatically took it down. They're only going to give me like $100, $200. I'm like, so bitch, if this thing goes viral, you make a lot more than $200. I was like, no. Like the top end will go, and I'm like, no. And so they took that whole episode off of their channel. You can't find it on their website. Nothing. We went and looked for it, couldn't find it. It was all gone. That day was missing out of their list. So if any versus them running into a copyright thing or whatchamacallit, they automatically take them down. It obviously happens more than that. Well, my name is Kolb. You want to know another old school? Kolb. War Master was just on here. Remember War Master? He was just on here. It's funny, all the old school. Kolb I've known for, God, like 10, 12 years. What the heck was that? Wow, you sound like a girl. You sound like a girl. You need to man up. Man up. Stop. Wow. Stop, please. See, it's bad. What video for tomorrow? It's 303's brand new car wash. Brand new. Just starting to hit the stores. So War Master was just in here. Kolb, I've probably played with Kolb for at least 12 years. I've known the guy for about 12 years. Now he plays. What do you play now, Kolb? Mostly like Hunt or PUBG now. That's about it. So yeah, we played for years together. He can tell you about the old school Call of Duty World War II or Modern Warfare 2 days. It was good times. Good times back then. So I have him on Facebook and whole 9 yards. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be here, Dalton, with him screaming, even that close to my ears. It's like, oh, dude, please, bro. You know, that kind of thing. It's pretty crazy. Nathan, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Don't cry. Don't cry. Wow, he go like this, and he walked away. Go lay down. He's tired. He's trying to lay down right now. That's the problem. Got to go, man. Take care, Colby. So he's probably going to go play like with all the cool boys because he can still play. He's got a wife that helps watch his kid. My wife's like, I can't do it. You know, so I have to either we'll do it while he's asleep or while he's downstairs like addicted to like TV or playing. That's about the only time I can play that much anymore. Are you sure you don't have any more Nathans secretly? What? Are you sure you don't have any more Nathans? What do you mean by that? No, I don't, Ricky. No, I don't. So, It's 11:30 and I have to use the restroom. Should I just hold it to the morning? Yes. Yes, you should. That's a really good question. Thanks so much for asking that. It's a good question. Dude, I'm telling you, when you have a kid, these are the things you guys got to start going through. You start learning. They're going to take more time out of your day than other things will. Your fun times are gone. For the most part, you can do the best you can, but a lot of the extra fun is gone. Your time with your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend, that's almost all gone. And it's all gone like that. Things change drastically once you have a kid. I'm telling you right now. Thank you. Got to go. No, Mrs. Wants to help. I bet that Mrs. wants your help, Norman. Enjoy. Have a great time, man. I remember those days too. Is your cold cold? Yeah, it's pretty decently cold. I mean, it's still cool. It's not like hot by any means. Just maybe with other girls inside. No. He's the only one in my house. He's the only kid I have that I know of. I had vinyl stripes and then removed them, but now there were stripes there. What I'm thinking, Kevin, is that you might have left them on there so long that either the sun has bleached out your paint a little bit, faded your paint, but where under the stripes were maybe there. If you think there's maybe like some goo behind, you might get something to strip the goo and to strip the wax or any of that kind of stuff off it. That might be a way. But I'm guessing it's probably more that the stripes were on there a few years and your paint is faded. You don't realize it. Your paint's faded a little bit, but where the stripes were always protected from the sun, so they never faded their original color. That might be what you're running into. You should give him sugar, lock him in the bedroom with a wife and go, oh man, that would be terrible, Dalton. It would not be. I would not hear the end of it. I'm telling you right now. With her, you will not hear the end of it. What's the where I can get a big applicator pad? What? I don't understand what you mean by that, Jared. I don't understand it. How many hours of sleep you lost as you turned 18? I don't know. I've slept pretty good. I always worked evenings so I could sleep in late. It was pretty good. My son will be 16 soon. Man, that's what everybody says though, CJ. Everybody said they miss when they're young. And I try and tell myself every time I get annoyed or frustrated when he's trying to pull me away to do what he wants to do, to just stop and go have fun with him. Because I don't want to be the dad that regrets spending time with him when he's gone or he's off and he's moved away. I don't want to be that dad that is regretted getting the time to have fun with him when he grows up. He naturally comes to me more than he ever goes to her. And I think that's because I watch him all day long. Because he wouldn't sleep in his crib. He literally would never sleep in his crib. So he sleeps upstairs with me here. So I took him upstairs. I said, dude, I'll take him so you can sleep, so you can get up in the morning, go to your office job. And so he sleeps with me upstairs. So we sleep together. And I just feel like he's always, being around me all the time. He always comes to me versus her. He always gravitates. Like if he hurts himself, he runs to me. He doesn't run to her unless I'm not there. And that's just the way it goes. And I just don't want to be the dad that misses those times. You know what I mean? Try playing it, hitting with DA. I guarantee you, it's got to be the sun. I bet if we saw it in the sun, Kevin, it's got to be it. Coke or Pepsi? I like the Pepsi sweeter. I like the throwback version that has the real sugar. But after a while, I like the Coke. Coke is like, it gives me a different taste, which I like. You get bored of one after a while, and then you want to go to a new one. Who said wives? Who said you get bored of the wife and you want to get a new one? You guys are bad. I know what you guys were thinking. I used to have a kid with your a bit older and your wife can get grouchy. Maybe that's for divorce. Yeah, I mean, she is a bit grouchy at times for sure, but it's just the way it is. And yeah, you get in your routine where you're so free for so many years. But being older gave me the opportunity that you're making more money, you're more established. We already had this house before we were married, so just adding a kid just put another gear in the precision of it all. Where it actually it wasn't that bad. But where if you were like 20 having a kid, my God, you just don't have the time. Those guys are like working their tails off because they're not making that much back then. They're barely surviving. They can't do all the nice things. We went and bought a brand new minivan, bought the GTR. We have a nice home. We have Disney season passes, Universal season passes, Busch Gardens, SeaWorld. We go on cruises. Literally, this coming up Disney Magic Cruise here in a couple of months will be his 3rd cruise this year. And because of that, it gives us more opportunities because we waited longer to have kids. You know what I mean? Get a Schnauzer. I hate small dogs. I hate small dogs. They're the meanest, most yelpy dogs. I can't stand them. I like big dogs. Or I like cats. Cats are cool with me. I like cats all day long. Do you like the clay disc that fit on your pad? I don't think it'll as long as you put enough lubricant down, I don't think you're going to have anything. Maintaining a marriage. Jesus, I don't know, brother. It takes a lot of work, and even she likes to argue a lot. I'm not a pro. I'm telling you, things have definitely changed since we had him, and that's all I can tell you. You know what I mean? It's just the way it goes. It's changed for her. It's changed for me. Obviously, it's changed for our relationship. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. Do whatever. What? No. 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 You tell them how bad a boy you are. You tell them how bad you are. Want to tickle your foot? Child abuse. Oh, I heard tickling is now child abuse. Somewhere it was posted up that tickling is child abuse now. Seriously, child abuse. The same as if I hit him and gave him bruises everywhere. They consider child. This article was saying that tickling was just as bad as like literally physically breaking his bones or hitting him and stuff like that. Crazy. Not like spanking him on his butt, like physically leaving marks all over his body. I'm like, really? What, I mean, what is this world coming to where tickling is now, this is abuse? You see what I mean? Like, I'm abusing my son now. Like, really? It's just, the stuff you see is crazy. Big applicator pad. I bought a lot of my applicator pads, like the UFO ones that are like this size from Chemical Guys. They have like a set of like 4 of them for like $5. That's the way to go. I thought you shouldn't go in a circular motion. You've got to make sure when you're using a circular motion. What are you showing your belly for? You ain't got no abs? You ain't got no abs? Show me your abs. Look at his abs. But you've just got to make sure those applicator pads or whatever are just in mint condition. They have no junk in them, and then you don't have to worry. What they're telling you to not go in straight pad lines is for is in case you get any debris in that applicator pad or whatever, and then you try and get it in the front. What are you doing? What are you taking your shirt off for? Why are you taking your shirt off? Did you use the Armor All made wax wipes? No, I will not use those on my car. Although when you wax, your car should already be in mint condition, but hell no. It's a 2016 Mustang being 2 years old. I think it might. I honestly think you might have a little bit of fade, Kevin. I think that's what probably it was. You have a nice life. Thank you. Appreciate that, Cody. We try the best we can. You know, you bust your tail for some of the nicer things in life, and that's what it is. What in the hell are you doing? What are you doing? I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy, it hurts. Get a beagle. I don't like small dogs. I want big dogs, like a German Shepherd. I like German Shepherds a lot. Dobermans, Rottweilers, any one of those bigger dogs I can handle. They don't scare me at all. Obviously, if they're guard dogs, yes, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I like bigger dogs. They're usually quieter. They're not so yelpy. It's more fun. You can really get out there and play with them. Little tiny foofer dogs. Ugh, can't stand that stuff. What is the value of all the passes combined? What? Oh, let's see. The Disney Unlimited Pass for every park in Disney with free parking, no blackout dates is, I want to say $900 for a Florida resident. It's around $900 for a Florida resident. Maybe a little bit more now. I don't know. I can't remember. I think it's gone up. Universal Unlimited for all their parks for Islands of Adventure, Universal Regular, and then their Volcano Bay. You want your shirt off? Is I want to say it's like 300 and something. SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, All their water parks across the entire USA is like 300 something for the entire year. So every single SeaWorld and Busch Gardens throughout the United States, plus every single water park they own, is all with VIP parking. What are you doing? He wants me to change his diaper. Guys, if you can give me like 5 minutes, I'm going to go change his diaper. He's like trying to get me to take his pants off. I'm too sexy. You see this? You stink. You stink. See, he wants me to take his diaper off. So let me go change him real quick, guys. I'll be right back. I promise you, give me like 5 minutes. Just let me change him. All right, come on. Whoa, you're getting heavy. Ready? Oh. Oh. All right, let's go. Let's go change him real quick. Gotcha. All right, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down, Nathan. Sit down. Sit down. All right, hold on. Are you seeing? Child abuse! Child abuse! What is he doing? You stink. What are you stinking for? You stink. You stink bad. Oh. What are you stinking for? All right, you got it. Thank you. Throw this one in. Right, there you go. There you go. See? See? All right, you're done. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry. Got a little bit longer than I thought I was going to be up there. The wife wanted to talk to me for a minute. Sorry. Apologies. Yeah, she wanted to say goodnight to me, and she wanted to show me her doing her nails, and you know how it goes. And then it turned in from just changing his diaper to doing this, that, and the other. So apologize. She went to bed. She's got to get up at like 5 something in order to be at her job at 7 a.m. in Orlando. Sorry, is it there? Yeah, the wash wipes are like done. Yeah, I was like, dude, you stink, Nathan. So I had to go change him downstairs. So I changed him. He's still downstairs. That's sad, CJ. That's sad. Does Chad have an Xbox One? Yes, I do. Chad was changing his son's diaper. Sorry about that, Alejandro. Had to take care of my son. My son always comes first. YouTube is always a lot of fun, but you got to take care of your son. I have a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox. I have a PlayStation 4 Pro, but I also have an Xbox. Day 1 edition, as a matter of fact. Day 1. From all you random scrubs. You see it? It says Day 1, 2013. Little scrubs. So, yeah, I have the Day 1 edition. I actually have the Day 1 edition PlayStation 4, but they didn't actually call it that. But I did get it on the first day it launched. But it's broken. They sent it back to Texas. But they have a bunch of foreign people that run their, I guess you want to call it like helpline. And the guy got my credit card number wrong. Then they've called twice. And the guy, I speak no English and I want to help you. I'm like, never mind. I said, do you have anybody that speaks English? I do speak. I was like, no, you don't. I said, you're not even from the United States. Yes, I am from the United States. I'm like, no, you're not from the United States. I said, can you give me somebody on the phone? I said, I've already given you my credit card number twice. You can't damn well do get it right. It won't go through because you're changing the number. So it's been round and round with him. So I'm going to call him again tomorrow and be like, this is the last damn time. Otherwise, just send it back to me. I just don't give a damn. I already bought another PlayStation. All that other one's going to be doing is just sitting there. Some of the HDMI plug went bad on it. So I already have my PS4 Pro over here now. I upgraded. So I don't really need the original one back. Wash your hands. Yes, I did, Ryan. Yes, I did. Thank you for asking. I have a 3-year-old. I get it for sure. Aloha. One of these days, Sheldon, I'm going to get to Hawaii. We actually looked at taking the Norwegian Pride of America around Hawaii, but we don't think my son is ready for that long of a flight yet. Because I think it's like, tell me if I'm wrong here, but is it 5 hours from Honolulu to LA? Because I think the flight goes from Orlando to LA. LA, you have like an hour or 2 layover, and then you have another 5. I think it's almost 5 hours to LA from Orlando. And then another 5 hours out to Hawaii. If I'm right, you might know, Sheldon. I don't know. But my son is not ready for that long of a flight yet. Even going to Illinois, it's like almost 3 hours to Chicago flight. And then it's like another 45 minutes down to central Illinois. Like, I mean, it's not even that long, like 30 minutes maybe. And he just starts melting down. He can't handle it. He made it to New York. I think right before landing, he start acting up like he was starting to cry and he wanted to get out. In New York. New York is like 2 hour and 22 an hour, half-hour flight. So he doesn't understand he can't get out of his seat and leave. You know what I mean? He can't just get up and run down the hallway of the plane. So that's where we've got to get him to before we can take a flight over there. I just keep all my stuff, Justin. The fact is, it's in Texas. That's the thing. They sent me the box. I packaged it back up. I sent it back to PlayStation's repair center. And then I get a call back from them 2 weeks later after sending it out saying that it's repaired, but it has to be paid for. I'm like, I already gave you my credit card. And, of course, then you get into, I speak no English. I am from so-and-so, and I do not speak. And that's where it started going round and round. Every time I called them or they called me, I'm like, please, just give me somebody who can speak English. And we can't speak English. I'm like, no, you can't. If anybody has dealt with a telephone technical help from any country, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm like, I've already given you the number. You guys screwed it up, not me. You guys screwed it up. And just, that's what it's been round and round. So I hung up on him already. And I told him, I was like, dude, give me somebody who can speak English or I don't give a damn. At this point, I said, I've already bought another PlayStation. I just don't care. I said, so give me somebody that can speak English. Oh, I do speak English, sir. I'm like, no, you don't. So I'm like, whatever. And I was like, I'll just call you back another time when I'm in the mood. I was like, I don't want to deal with you guys anymore. And I just hung up. I'm like, click, I'm done. Because I don't need another PlayStation. They was just going to use it for like a Blu-ray player somewhere in the house, So that's all I was really going to do for it. Maybe use it as like a video game console on that TV, but that's about it. When are you going to be? I really wanted to go this weekend to California, but with me paying for the deposit with Pacific Coast Auto to buy a car from auction in Japan, I spent a lot of money there because you have to put your initial deposit down on the car, and then you have to. And then we bought the Disney Magic cruise. We're going to the Disney Magic, obviously, for my birthday, and that was like $3,500 for that. So it was a little bit hefty, and so I spent a lot of money, and we just couldn't afford to go on a flight, or I couldn't. I was going to go by myself and let my wife go to Jacksonvile that weekend, because when she goes to Jacksonville, she can stay with her parents. It's really easy for them to watch the kid. And I was going to fly out there for like 2 or 3 days into Anaheim, but it didn't work out. I was like, I really want to go, but it just didn't work out. Literally, he's like, from what I looked up on a map, he's literally 6 minutes away from Disneyland, 6 minutes down the street, and I just couldn't make it. So I told my wife, I said, one of these days, I said, maybe next year, I said, we'll fly out there, we'll visit them, and then we'll hit up Disneyland. So we've never been to Disneyland, obviously. We know it's a lot smaller than Walt Disney World, but, just to say we've been there. Have you ever been to Royal Caribbean? Yes, I have, Ricky. I've been on 5 Royal Caribbean cruises. This will be my 25th cruise coming up on the Disney Magic. It'll be my 25th cruise. So you guys can basically ask me anything about cruises, too, because we cruise a lot. We've cruised way more than the average person will ever cruise. How much the average price range for a cruise? Okay, we can start doing this topic. I thought about starting a YouTube channel for this kind of stuff. Ocean View, if you book it like somewhere like Carnival or Royal Caribbean, you can get Ocean View for like $400 for 7 days, $400. And then you just have to pay like the port charge, the taxes, which is like port fees and taxes. And then you pay your gratuities, which are like, $12 a day are automatically billed to your account, which pays all the tips, to all the people that are on the ship that, your waiter, your room attendant, all that stuff. It's all automatically, they automatically get tips. You can remove it if you want to, but it's just easier to leave the $12 or whatever it is, $10, $12, $13 a day on versus you having to individually, decide how much you really want to tip each guy. I'm like, just give them the flat standard rate. It'll automatically bill my credit card at the end of the week. It goes onto your account, If you want something like a balcony, Carnival would be your cheapest. You're obviously going to get not as good of a quality as the others, but as long as you understand the money, you're still going to go to the same islands everybody else is. You just might not have the fancy stuff like some of the other lines. Carnival will set you back probably about $600 to $799 for a balcony, a standard balcony. Where Disney, you better ready to sit down. Disney will charge you anywhere from $1,700 to $2,500 a week for a balcony. Literally, Carnival $699, Disney can be $2,400, $2,500 for a balcony. You're going to the same islands, but you're on a Disney cruise versus a Carnival cruise. A Carnival cruise is more of a cheaper cruise line. Disney maybe is more of they give you more freebies and like Cokes and stuff for free. You don't have to pay for Cokes and all this other stuff. And obviously the whole Disney experience, and they do treat you really good on a Disney cruise, but you see how big the difference is. You could do 2 Carnivals, maybe even 3 Carnival cruises for the price of just 1 Disney cruise. So that's where you really get into the thing. This will only be our 2nd Disney cruise we've ever done because of the prices are just so high. And we're only doing Ocean View. Ocean View will be like, at Ocean View, maybe like $100 onto the bill per person over interior room to have a small window like this on your thing. And that's about what Ocean View goes for. And we paid $3,499 with all taxes included for Disney's. If we were doing that on Carnival for Ocean View, we would have probably spent maybe $2,000 or less. It's just the difference. It's the way it goes. But I was like, you know what? It's Disney. It's my birthday. This is what I want for my birthday. I want to go on the Disney cruise. So we're flying up to Quebec. It stops in like 1 or 2 places in Quebec, and then it goes around to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and then it ends in New York City. So basically, you get 7 days one way, and then the next week goes the other way. Then it goes back down this way, and that's the way the actual thing is running. It wasn't Indian, Cody. It was actually somebody from like South America. And the bad thing is the first person that gave him the info, he told me he's from somewhere in South America. And that's where they're based out of. And I'm like, oh, my God, Sony just charged me. Sony charged a repair bill of $99 to fix it, to fix all systems, their PlayStation. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. If it takes me another $15 to pay $115 versus $99 and having somebody in the United States answer the phone, I would gladly pay an extra $10 or $15, gladly, because you don't have any of these, language barriers that are really causing problems here. I would gladly pay an extra $10. You have an American person with an American job which they need, and then you don't have the language barrier. That's what I would have no problem paying at all. Even somebody in Canada, wouldn't matter. I still have PS2 and tons of games. I sold my PS2 only after like 6 months. I just wasn't playing it. By then, I was so heavy into PC gaming that my console just collected dust, so I sold I sold the PS4. I think actually, because back then the PS2s were very valuable. They were very hard to find. So I think I got exactly how much I paid for it. I did the same thing with the Nintendo Wii. Actually, what I paid for with the Nintendo Wii, I actually sold it for 3 months later, and I got back all my money back. I didn't pay I didn't lose anything, even though it was used. It was crazy. I had sold the original box and everything. Please, Chad, please to Wild Adventures. I'm going there on 27th. You mean go to? No, we'll actually be, I know next weekend we'll be in Jacksonville, Florida, just because of the fact that my wife's not anniversary. Brain fart here. Come on, Chad. Think about this one. Her 20th high school reunion from the preparatory school she went to. My wife went to a prep school up there in Jacksonville, Florida. When going on a flight, I don't go to the Delta flight. We usually stay with JetBlue. We like JetBlue a lot if we can, but we've taken American many times when we have to go to Illinois because it's a really small airport that my dad lives at. So only American Airlines flies in there. I thought about making a cruise channel. I have a lot of my walkthrough videos on my so I have a different channel. I'll link it to you guys real quick. You can just kind of look it up. It's just this right here. Just type in youtube.com/nit79. Anyways, that is actually where I just upload like more personal stuff, just basic personal stuff to it over the years. But I always upload like a walkthrough tour of like the rooms that we're in all the time. For a while there was funny, like I actually got money off that channel. It was not more than like $15, $20 a month. But when YouTube updated the policy saying you had to have a minimum of 1,000 subscribers, I didn't have 1,000 subscribers on the channel, so they canceled it. And I'm like, bitch, that's another 15 or 20 bucks extra you're going to pay me every month. Really, you cheap asses? I was really kind of like, damn it. Because I wasn't going to get paid for those videos anymore, and people love to see those walkthrough where you show off the rooms and the balcony. You might show off around the ship, just minor videos. And I was getting literally 50, 60, 70,000 views over a couple years on that. And I'm like, okay, this makes money. And it sure enough did. But when YouTube had their newest update back in, I think it was March, again, another stupid update of theirs, they had changed the policy where you can't make money off of YouTube unless you have 1,000 subscribers. And I was like, I don't have 1,000 subscribers. So I was automatically cutting all that extra free money I was making. It automatically was gone. What do you do on a cruise? We personally sleep in late every single day unless we have a cruise tour in the morning because we've been on so many cruises we just don't care. And honestly, it's more of a sleep vacation for us. We catch up on sleeping. Then you get up. You can eat almost anytime you want, really. Like Norwegian, we just did 2 Norwegian cruises this year. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. You can go get food for free. It doesn't charge you anything, whether you're going to the buffet, maybe you're going to go to the actual dining room at a certain time of day. And in the middle of the night, they had an Irish sports bar called O'Malley's or something. I don't know what it was. Finnegan's. I don't know what it is. Anyways, and that sports bar there, the Irish sports bar, you can get food all night long, no matter what it is. You want hamburgers, hot dogs, wings. You want fish and chips, whatever. Any of these foods on there, you can get dessert and everything. It's 100% free. You don't pay a dime. And they have big TVs all the way around there, and you can watch any sports game around the world whenever you want. Whatever they have up on the TVs is really cool. It is a lot harder, Justin. I 100% agree. Like, again, I would rather see American get an American job and pay the extra money for quality. However, the big kick is made in America by made in America. It's true. You just get much better stuff than the cheaper Chinese stuff. If the Chinese could speak good enough English, don't you know they'd be farming out all the technical help jobs all to China? That's because they would. And that's just the way it goes. How's your motorcycle channel? It's doing pretty good. Again, I don't get to ride my motorcycle channel like I used to. It really hurts. I think I'm almost at 6,000 subscribers on there. It's decent, but I mean, I just don't get the time to ride. It is really hard. 2 days a week, and on the weekends, it's nothing but family time. It's all I ever do. That was the year I was born, Cody. The year I was born in 1979. Everybody's like, damn, nigga, you old, son, you old. And that's just the way it is. I don't look my age, but I am. I'm 38 years old. Yeah, you got to understand. My wife only sleeps about 5.5, 6 hours a day. So We usually sleep a ton because of that. So we stay in, she'll sleep. This is her time. This is her vacation. So she wants to catch up. So that's the way it goes. What? I swallow you like a what? What? I have no idea what you're talking about. Regal, what are you talking about? Do you want me to check? Do I have to check it right now? Right now, Regal. Right now. I'll check it right now, Regal. Hold on. Hold on. Regal sent me a picture of how he can't drive, and he scratched all his bumper up because he can't drive. The only way to fix that, Regal, is a repaint, buddy. You're going to have to get it repainted. There's no way. That is down to the black plastic. You are screwed, son. Sorry, buddy. Hate to tell you that way. I'm almost 57, so you're not that old. No, it's all good, man. I don't look my age. Obviously, I've got a little bit of gray starting to pop in here, but I don't look my age, but I know it's there. Yeah, it ain't going to buff out. He's down to black. So the scratches are all like this. It's down to the black plastic of the bumper, the original paint. Yeah, you're going to be getting that repainted, buddy. There's no buffing that one out. You might be able to buff out some of the scratches, but a lot of it will still be there. Basic food is free on every single cruise. Now, they do have the fancy restaurants if you want to pay for those, but it's not a lot. It'll be like a $25 fee, $25 fee for each person. But you're going to get like the big plump steaks like this. You're going to get, all the fancy stuff in there. So instead of going to your local restaurant where you're going to pay, you're not going to get out the door for more than $100. You pay $25 a head, and you're going to get these huge steaks like this. You're going to get these fancy high-end food that they don't normally serve. Now, you can get a basic steak at dinner, but you're not going to get those porterhouse steaks with the super, you're not going to get the high-end stuff like that. Or you're not going to get the high-end lobsters and all the caviar. That kind of stuff, you're going to have to go to the fancier restaurants, which are very popular because people will say, well, it would cost me $100 for me and my wife to go, 100 or more to go to a fancy restaurant here, maybe $200, and they're only going to charge me $50. $50 any day of the week, and that's generally what a lot of people you'll see do. And that's what they do. So they have that fancy night out, but they don't have to spend like they're at a fancy restaurant. Oh, if you ate that much, you would swell up. Yeah, I didn't understand your English. You're like you were like talking like a teenager, I guess. I don't know. Is food? Yeah. It'll buff out. Do rich people cruise? Yes, but they have very different cruise lines, Cody. There are some very, very high-end cruise lines. We're talking like Regent. You're talking what the heck are you doing? You're topless. You're topless. Did anybody pay you to be topless? Did anybody pay you? Did any girls pay you? For that matter, did anybody pay you to be topless? Put your shirt back on. I got to give him a bath later on tonight because we went obviously to the Blizzard Beach water park, so he's got all the chlorine and stuff. I'm going to give him a bath later, so that way he'll be ready for bed. Yeah, but the rich cruises there's some really high-end rich cruises that are very high-end. I want to say it's Regent. I've seen a few of them. Seabourn. Some of those where you're paying or not lying, where you're talking about $4,000, $5,000 for a cruise. It's very expensive, but everybody has a suite. Everything is free. Your drinks are free. Your liquor will be free. You get wine every meal. You're going to have all those fancy steaks every time. You have your own butler service. Everything is way more catered at that level. What class do you go when going on a cruise? Normally, we always get balcony, but this time we're doing ocean view because balcony was going to be $1,000 more. And we already paid $34.99 for this cruise with all taxes. It was going to be $4,400 with taxes for the balcony. So we were like, that's a lot of money. So that's why we didn't do it. He's always had the mark. He's had a birthmark right here. It's what do they call that? The stork's beak. It's right here. He has a mark right there. And then you see the mark on his shoulder. That he says a birthmark here, and he has an angioma here. The birthmark will be like my mole. I've had my mole ever since I was a little kid. I've never not had it. But they said the little red mark on the back, the angioma, goes away after a certain couple of years. But yeah, he has that little stork's beak thing right here on his thing. It's just a little mark. It's always been there. What's the best compliment somebody give you? I don't really drink that much alcohol. Imagine how much it was to cruise. I have no idea. Cruising Titanic, I heard, was expensive. Back then, you had different levels. I think only one cruise line ever has that anymore. It's the one with the Queen Mary and Queen Mary 2 and all that stuff that are British company. They have like the different levels of it. Nowadays, everybody's the same. You get treated the same. There's not more like you're in the suite and you're gonna have you're going to go eat in this fancy dining room, and then the regular people, the poor people are going to go. They all eat in the same, and that's the difference about it, And so things aren't like that. Only one cruise line even has that anymore. Nathan is watching the iPad. He cracked the screen for the iPad, and he likes to watch YouTube Kids on the iPad. Yeah, you could definitely hook up, Cody, if you really wanted to, man. You could definitely. No, Widow's Peak is your hairline. Like this is a Widow's Peak. The storks, it's a mark. It's a birthmark right here. Yep. What do you think of the guys who dress nice every day? What do you mean dress nice? What do you mean by that? Like, I don't know. Like, thankfully, I work in a job where I don't have to dress up every day. Shorts and a short sleeve shirt every day is great. I don't have to worry. You wear pants if it gets cold if you want to. It's just a good life. You know what I mean? I don't have a uniform that I have to be there and be like, suit and tie. And thankfully, I hate suit and tie lifestyle. It's not me. You know what I mean? What time is the live stream? Right now, it's 12:59 at night. It's almost 1 a.m. here in Florida. Do people wear hoodies in Florida? Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah. In the winter, when it gets, in the 50s, 60s, we'll be in the 60s and girls will be wearing the boots with the fur. I don't know. They want to look all cutesy and stuff. Where they wear like the spandex pants. You guys know what I'm talking about, and they'll wear boots with the fur with that. You see it all the time here in Florida. That's like the thing for the cutesy girls or wannabe cutesy girls to wear. You see it all the time. What's the hottest it gets in Florida? I don't know. The heat gets hot, but it's the humidity which tears you up here. I mean, I've seen 100-something degrees here many times, but then the humidity makes it feel like 115 or whatever. It gets pretty bad. What do you want? I don't know what he wants. I'll probably have to give him a bath here soon, so that way I know he's tired. He wants to go to sleep, so. He slept a lot today, actually. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Pull your pants up. Ain't nobody want to see that. You ain't sagging. You ain't in prison. Pull your pants up. Damn, my son's like sitting here sagging with his diaper and everything. What is wrong with you? He's literally trying to pull his pants down. This is nasty. This is not PG rated anymore, gentlemen. It's not PG rated. Oh, man. Pull your pants up. You want a bath? You want a bath? Yeah. All right. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut the live stream. He wants a bath. See, one of the few things he'll say, yeah. You want that bath? Say, he'll go, yeah. So he doesn't say very many words. So that's one of them. He's just not feeling good. I don't know what his deal is. He's literally pulling his pants down. So without you guys getting to see anything, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks so much for being with me. I really do appreciate it. Tomorrow will be the 303 products. I'm going to try and get out a couple more products. We'll try and get Dalton's thing out sometime here soon, and we'll go from there. See, he's trying to pull me away. See what he does? So I'll let you guys go. Thanks so much for being a part of my team. And I'll see you guys at the very next live stream next week. Well, next week, it'll be tight because we'll be coming back from Jacksonville. But I'll do my best for you guys. So I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Take care. All right, let's go. Let's go. Go.